What's going on, everybody? John out here with you. It's a Wednesday, May 1st, 2024. As we get close to another calendar tune, we get close to June as well. We're still deep in the first round, and let's get into it. Alec Nava is going to be joining me for the Bruce Cassidy, 45, 29, and 8. They are a wild card team, but they're unlike anything in the wild card. Let's get you into those starting lineups. So Jack Light, Jonathan Marchessault, Alec Martinez, and Alex Pietrangelo. It's Chandler Stephenson, Pavel Dorofea, Mark Stone, Braden McNabb, and Shea Theodore. William Karlsson, Brett Howden, Michael Amadio, Nick Waugh, William Carrier, Ivan Barbashev with Noah Hannafin, and Ben Hutton. And again, if you're just joining us here and throughout the series, Aiden Hill of this in Game 5. And for the Dallas Stars, head coach by Peter DeBoer, it sounds like this: Roope, Hintz, Jason Robertson, Wyatt, Thomas Harley, Miro Heiskanen, Matt Duchene, Jimmy Benn, Logan Stankoven, Esa Lindell, and Chris Tanev, Tyler Seguin, Evgeny Dodonov, Joe Pavelski, Sam Steele, Ty Dellandrea, with Ryan Suter and Niels Lundqvist on the back end. Jake Ottinger will be the goaltender of record. Alec, we've seen a total of 11 both teams in this series, and both teams have won both road games. Is this going to change here in Game 5 with Aiden Hill, or are we expecting more of the same?
Actually, it was a toss-up, in my opinion. With Aiden Hill coming into the net, Logan Thompson has sure had the upper hand in net, and he solidified his crease in the games that he played. But Vegas, if you only want to go with their number one guy, that is Aiden Hill. He's clearly been the number one when he stepped foot onto the ice for Vegas, and it showed throughout the regular season. But Thompson has showed that he could still steal games. That was in games 1 and 2 when he took the crease to himself. I feel if it's Dallas that's going to come out on top, we need to see more of Wyatt Johnston in the mix. The lone overtime winner of this series, and he's like a nice chemistry at the top line with Jason Robertson and Roope Hintz. Strange enough that Joe Pavelski is the third line, but it sparked a new gear onto Dallas' offense.
Yeah, Dallas had to do it. Again, we talk about in the open, Stone, Marchessault, Hurdle, 20 of 21 in Game 2 with Marchessault, Hannafin, and Eichel scoring goals. Vegas takes a 2-0 lead. Dallas must win. They go into the Fortress. They win 3-2, 4-2. Thompson stops 5 breakaways in Game 3 in the loss, 43 of 46. Vegas tied the game in 2. Eichel with a 2, and that lift over the shoulder was sick at the end of it as he was able to get past Thompson. And then Dodonov, Johnston, Dellandrea, and Hintz in Game 4. Ending goal for Roope Hintz, Alec, was electric because not only does he block the shot, he still stumbles in pain and then launches to win the game. So Dallas really, when they needed to, they were able to respond as the top seed should. But as you said going into this, the Vegas Golden Knights are anything but a second card. So I'm going to be honest here, Alec, as I give you the floor, and then we get into some of this other commentary. This is my favorite series.
Avalanche and Jets. The Jets series was a big dud, if we're being honest. This may be the most hyped up reasons. Get Owen on here. How you doing?
I'm good. I'm going to have to step out for dinner at some point. But, yeah, I'm disappointed. I did not have the Jets going out at 5 on my NHL playoff bingo card. That's for sure.
No, I didn't either. I don't think any of us did. And now, if you think about the Jets over the last couple of seasons, they get matched up with the Golden Knights, who won the Cup last year, and now the Avalanche. I mean, the moves that they made seem to be the right ones.
Yeah, I mean, that Avs offense was just too good. Hellebuck couldn't stop anything. Averaged 5.5 goals against per game.
5.24 as I checked in goals against average, but that's still pitiful.
5 yeah, so it got a little bit better after Game 5 then. But still, that's abysmal. It's crazy.
So, admittedly, as we get into this, I can take the first, take the second out between And we'll see if this goes to OT. I don't know. I really don't know which way that this Game 5 is going to go. I'm right there with you. I think it's going to be a coin flip on the YouTube side. I know you're on Twitch a little bit as well, probably, most likely. But I threw the question out there, is the winner of this series, is the winner of this game going to win the series? And they're thinking like all of us. This might go 7.
It may. Let's be honest. It's going to go. It could go 7. It could go the entire distance.
So Jake Ottinger has had 2 terrific games on the road, and as Alec mentioned, it's not like Logan Thompson has played badly on the other end, but playoffs and pretty much a Conn Smythe Award winner in Aiden Hill, if I have anything to say about it from last year, he's going to get his first start. And again, there has been some bad blood between these teams when you get into the Western Conference Finals last year. And now in this first round, Jimmy Benn has kind of revitalized himself a little bit. Alec kept himself out of trouble for the most part. I think he's going to have to continue to do that. But as you said, I'm right there with you. For somebody like Wyatt Johnston late in the first round to be able to do what he's doing, he's not even 21 yet. He can't even gamble. And this kid's already been really good. So we'll see what happens in this Game 5.
He's developing himself into a star player in front of our very eyes.
Here we go. Joe Pavelski now back to take the draw. And the Vegas Golden Knights, again, I'm watching this on the ESPN side. I know we had a conversation last about Bally Sports, and we're going to have to talk about that in the intermission as well, because I have some things to say. As this is stolen hits, fans on it, another opportunity. This one, Aiden Hill doesn't have to make a save just yet, but immediately Stars in the victory green on this puck is off the wraparound. Hill says no, and the McNabb gets annihilated behind the net. As this is Jack Eichel. Pretty good job in puck protect. Juggernaut will send it across, and Dallas Stars will try to take this right to left. Again, the victory green with the striping and the black portion of the pants. Vegas in the road whites and mixed with the gold and red striping and black pants. As it's a 2-2 series tie, the Road Warriors, all 4 wins in this series. Another hit. Delandria stops on a dime, and Benn misses it toward the right side post as it's Heiskanen. His shovel attempt is stolen by and now pinned in toward the backhand side. Again, the over-under for this is at 5.5. It usually sits at 6.5. So maybe we're going to be thinking about a goaltending duel, and that's possible considering he'll make his first start. Ottinger back-to-back couple solid games. Delandria now will show as this one goes back and around the end boards, and you already get go here. Fans want to see a home win, and if Dallas is going to win this series, they have to win one of these games at home. They have home ice advantage. I'm not sure which team will. Right side, Heiskanen's pass goes back to Harley, as he is right there in front for Chandler Stephenson, and now picked up for the Stars as they get this near the left side. Here's the interception, and now Stone will try to get this pass here. Dorofeyev gets bumped, and this will be sent back down to Aiden Hill. As this is near the left side. Now touch pass for Stephenson. They did get the Vegas Golden Knights in across the red, but good defense there for them. Cancel it out. Cassidy's squad got to take a little bit of a change. Marchessault will go ahead and take one as this is fired in near the left side embankment. Stopped by Ottinger. One of the Stars on defense and falling down back in the own end as this is sent back down to the Vegas defensive court. Here's an outstretched pass from 60 feet. And near the left side boards, a shot from a severe angle. And again, you got to watch those because Logan Thompson was beat by a couple of those as the Stars were funneling the puck to the net in Game 4, and it worked out well for them. Stone 1 goal in this series, shown by ESPN. Off the hit from McNabb, and this goes near the left side, picked up by the Stars. Fake the slapper, now shoots it way wide. He had all day to shoot, but he missed the net completely. As this is near the right side. Now near the left wall. Players will come together as Vegas with Nicolas Wyatt. And we'll flip this one down the ice, trying to look for a cutting Dorofeyev, and we'll finally get a whistle, 16:53.
On that, but Lindell, he had already fired that. I mean, that wide open to shoot, you're all alone at the top of the left point. And unfortunately, it gets blocked in front, I believe. But so far, it's been more of a defensive game. Early penalty here in the opening 3 minutes. Both of them keeping the other team in check. Not a lot of shots.
No question to answer right now, but a defensive game, as you've said, who does this favor?
By a slight edge, I would think it would lean to Vegas, but how Dallas has been firing all cylinders, they may have the advantage low-key.
Eichel with a chance. Now Roope Hintz. He wants to get going in this series. Aiden Hill able to stop all the way down the ice. And they will blow dead. 16:30 Vegas can't change.
Just one goal for Hintz as you brought him up, and that's his only point throughout this series. He needs to mesh in with Robertson and Johnston, even though, as mentioned, Hintz and Robertson, that's usually the best duo on this young Stars team.
Yes.
But Hintz, he has to step his game up.
He does, because again, we know him as a defensive two-way forward, but Roope Hintz has some sick skills, some speed as well. He can definitely put the puck in the back of the net. And if Dallas wants to win this series, I wholeheartedly agree with you, Alec. They need Roope Hintz to be that number one that he can be. As he can't get the defensive zone draw. This goes too far for Robo, but Jonathan Marchessault, who has been sick in the playoffs once again, always scores goals when they get toward the postseason time. As this is near the left side boards, Chris Tanev. Former Flame, now member of the Dallas Stars, as this is pinned, and we'll get a whistle, maybe a penalty. Heiskanen was tied up with Thomas Hurdle.
Yeah, I think it's a holding penalty against Heiskanen as he grabbed Hurdle. Tug and Peter DeBoer not too happy about that. Bruce Cassidy, on the other hand, has been pleased with Hurdle drawing this penalty. When you're that crowded at your corner, usually when you don't have the puck, you may be susceptible to drawing a holding call to get your team on the power play at the near corner. That's what happened there with Hurdle not having the puck. Heiskanen thought he did. No can do for Heiskanen.
What do we think about the Teenage Mutant Ninja Hurdle here? Because I think this is a pretty good opportunity to play for a very good Vegas team. He's been a good San Jose Shark for a long time. Hungry for this opportunity.
That's a tough job, being a good San Jose Shark.
Oh, yeah.
Joe Barton can live up to that. Patrick Marleau didn't live up to that. Joe Pavelski as well, along with several other Sharks that we could name. Brent Burns, to name another. Erik Karlsson is brief time there, arguably. And now with Hurdle at Vegas, for 4 years. And I hope for him.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a pretty good fit here. Noah Hannafin also locked in as well, so they made their moves. They locked them up. They're trying to get another cup here. Now they got a power play. This is a very good Dallas. Could be a Western Conference Finals team, but not when the puck goes in the net like that. Hannafin.
This might be Mark Stone on a deflection. He was right in front, ready to tip that puck in. But yes, as you mentioned, it was Noah Hannafin who's locked up for the next 7 or 8 years. I need to remember that, but Stoney definitely got a stick on it. He tapped this one to the right. Andre thought it was coming to him.
Wow.
Was there to take that front. And guess who was down low? None other than Tomas Hurdle.
That was absolutely nasty, Alec, and a perfect call by you. Mark Stone gets the tip of the blade near the left side of the mesh, and they just get a power play and score with about 5 seconds into it.
Hey, and I see you finally got a TV provider that's caught up with us, Alec.
Oh, they are going to review this tender interference from Hurdle.
And they said on the broadcast as soon as it went in.
I'm sure Peter DeBoer would like this one back.
I'm going to see now as we're going to get the headsets on. It was his 100th playoff game for Mark Stone. Right now he's hoping that 100th gives him Vegas the first. Look at this replay now as this is near the right side boards. It goes to Hannafin. We're watching this in real time with the replay. That is too far of an angle for me to see on first blush, admittedly.
I'm sure they'll have another one in a matter of moments.
Yeah. Enough to see if this is going to stand because what we're seeing from the overhead, that's way too far of a distance.
So it looks like we might be getting a very quick look at it right now. Still on the board as they're showing a camera shot for Bruce Cassidy. Looks like this goal is going to stand.
Yet the on-ice official gave the signal. It is going to stand. So there you have it. It is Stone officially from Hannafin and Eichel.
30
silences the crowd. I love it. I love it.
Absolutely. 31-9-5 is Vegas when they score first. And if you score first in a playoff game, that usually puts you on the front foot. And this is exactly what Vegas needed to do, because I know we said the road teams won every game, but honestly, even as good as Dallas is, I thought that they would only split, not take two.
You think, and if you speak of scoring first, last year's first round series between the Bruins and yesterday was the 1-year anniversary of arguably the biggest upset in NHL history. The team that scores first in that series won every game.
So that's what tells you. Double down again. Thank you for that, Alec. That's why I mentioned it. 15:37 left to go in the first as this puck is flipped out of the glass. And now we'll see the immediate response. They were able to find their fast-paced offense on the road, and now they're up against it here early.
Yeah, so backs against the wall with Dallas at home, and with a road team being the road warrior for every game. The imaginable here is that the home team will be doing.
They're going to have to, as we mentioned. Jack Eichel, again, we talked about Hurdle and Hanifin, but Eichel was an absolute game changer last year. He continues to find his two-way game with the Knights. There's a touch pass. This will be kept in. Theodore tried to send it across near the left side, and now Eichel trying to get around Jamie Benn as his pass gets flubbed. Good second effort there for number 9, but it's Benn. Here's a cross pass for Johnston. Good stick in the lane for VGK. As they'll rush it the other way, Marchessault can't hit Eichel. Now near the left side wing. Here is Delandria. Oh, what a goal!
What a dive! Logan Stankovic just picked up the air Vegas defense to find us getting down in the hump, trotting on the spot, right in front of the goal. But Stankovic, are you kidding us, John?
That is a toe drag of heavenly quality near the left side wing. As we get a chance off the replay, it's a good dump in near the left boards. And then Vegas, I guess, goes down too quickly, Alec, but that pass was delivered at the last possible second it could be, and it still went in the back of the net.
You gotta love playoff hockey. Stankovic saved it up beautifully for Juggernaut to get 6 career playoff goals, second of this series. But this youngster is developing into something special. You could argue between taking Johnston and Stankovic in the first and second rounds.
Right.
You're still not wrong.
No, and again, when you think about it too, remember they wanted to get rid of Evgeny Dadonov. On the other side did Vegas because of cap concerns, and now he scores his 6th as Tatum gets taken for a ride.
Up and over behind the boards.
Now near the left side, it's a 1-1 game. Dallas with a quick response, and the intrigue in this series for me grows a little bit higher. Roope Hintz giveaway near the left side boards as it's trying to be jammed toward the net. Good pass out for Hutton, but he can't get a stick on it. Push it the other way with Robo. Here's a look for Hintz, but it's overskated. Now Vegas has it. It's a 1-1 game. We're 6 minutes into the first, and we get a whistle.
Offside against William Carey's Knights, but still an amazement of the Stankovic over and over and over again. We've been wanting ESPN to show this in the Sports Center top 10.
Absolutely, Alec, because, I mean, you take the toe drag, you wait for the defenseman to fall down, then you recipient of the pass, the last possible second for Dadonov near the right post, and he could still lift it. Disgusting.
Oh, man. What a slick move by Stankovic, or this youth movement of Dallas.
When you got Jim Nill, you got to be smiling somewhere, where it seems like every single player that he drafts over the years is just a diamond. So Game 5 winner wins the series 79% of the time, and that's why this pivotal swing game is going to be so huge between these two teams. They give behind the net, fans want a tripping. I don't blame them. I don't think they're going to get it, though, near the right side wall. And now we finally get a whistle. Maybe we will get the tripping penalty.
I guess we will. The officials are huddling up for this penalty. Yeah, that was clear as day. Obvious as a trip for Will Carrier on Sam Steele as we see this one more time. I don't blame Carrier for going after the puck. That was his thinking and tucking this one away. And while he did poke at the puck, he caught steal in doing so as well.
I'm not going to sit and say that you don't call a penalty, but that one, as far as the tripping, could be a little bit softer than the ones that I've seen, Alec. I'm just being honest.
Yep, and to be honest, I feel it was borderline.
Yeah.
I understand the thinking by Johnny Bear and Garrett.
Man, that's crazy. Wow, 6 minutes, first break.
Yeah, we already have 2 goals across the board here. We'll give you that reset. We got a couple penalties as well, but Mark Stone on the power play from Hanifin and Eichel in 4 minutes. And then again, Dodano from Logan State to be seen and believed at 5:02 from Wyatt Johnston. Alec, when you mentioned the open, you want to see Wyatt Johnston on the score sheet? Well, then there you go.
Secondary assist.
So Ottinger, 1-1, and Aiden Hill, 2 out of 3. Again, Aiden Hill's really not going to stop that. So 1 goals against. So really, I should say 0-1 for Ottinger. He's got the 0% going right now, but that'll go up. And the late game, it'll be LA and Edmonton at 10. And that series also at 3-1. Is it over after tonight?
Yes, it has to be. Edmonton's taking it tonight. Going to Nashville, winning on Friday, and we're going to get all Canadian second round. I'm ready.
What do you think, Alan?
I can agree with what Redbox is saying. I know Nashville is a tough opponent to face in the first round for a wildcard team. I'm pretty sure the Preds want to push this to 7, but I think Vancouver will close it out regardless. Edmonton against LA, I think this series is wraps tonight.
Man, I thought they were going to put out last night. Like, both teams just decided to blow up in the third period. That was really. Were you watching that game?
Like what? Defensive fest. That's been this entire series.
And as I said, don't mind me because it's the 3rd year in a row that I take the LA Kings and take the L. As this is Vero Heiskanen. Send this now right to left. We'll see what the window is for the Oilers. Yeah, I do because I just don't believe in the Oilers. They can be else they can beat. That's just my thought process.
Oh boy.
Roope Hintz, as this is slammed around the end boards, but again, that is my Ken Holland hatred. As it's Heiskanen. Jamie Benn sends it across. Miro, here's a slapper for Hintz, and this one goes near the left side boards. Hintz has it near the right side dot. Ball drop it. Back to Jamie Benn. Touch pass. Heiskanen. 1 more for Robo. He shoots to the screen. This one blocked out in front of EGK, able to send it down. 1 minute left to go in Dallas's first power play as Ottinger handles the puck. We go left to right. Thomas Harley has been terrific on this first line for the Dallas Stars, especially in the regular season. This plus minus is well into the 30s as it's flipped now to Harley and across the left side red line. Fumbles the puck for a moment. But here is Matt Duchene. He was a great pickup as well for Jim Nill. Seguin, perfect pass. Seguin, who tried to rip it near the right side, pads the hill. Now Tyler Seguin will get it back from Harley. Touch on in front. Scores! Duchene!
In front, power play goal, just what Dallas has needed after the opening power play marker by Mark Stone. Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. But they're not fooled twice in a row.
I saw that one coming.
This was a mad scramble. Duchene just quickly locates this right past the Vegas defender. Backhands this one past Aiden Hill, right between the blocker and his right pad. Just elevated just enough to find it back in the net, and it's 2-1.
Maybe you didn't play Logan Thompson today because you didn't want to give him nightmares. My goodness.
Ooh, that's the feeling instead. Now it is Aiden Hill's turn, maybe. if Dallas keeps this one up, unless if Vegas finds a response here in Game 5, down 2-1, because it's all Dallas ever since the Vegas first goal.
Absolutely. It's been Dallas, Alec, really, honestly, for the last 3 games, correct?
It's been all Dallas carrying over from that game-free overtime win, which they needed to have dire.
Honestly, if we're going to talk about it, let's see if Dallas does win this series again. Whoever takes this will take a 3-2 series lead. But Dallas and Colorado will be something I'll be salivating to watch if that happens, even if it is Vegas too. But that's really the one that I want to see. Here's a nice toe drag as this is picked up near the left side, and Dallas will just slam this across the embankment. Go ahead and take their change. Vegas now, after scoring the first goal, has conceded 2 straight as this is slap shotted around the end towards Eichel, and now we'll pick it up near the left wall. Eichel.
I wanted to see Vegas, Winnipeg. Vegas, Colorado was my second choice.
Dorofeyev gets robbed by Ottinger.
And tight. Nice save going post to post.
Yeah, any consolation prize here, Owen, I think is going to be a good one because these teams are excellent. Lundell, Aiden Hill gets wiped out in front of the penalty against Dallas. Aiden Hill's leaving the goal crease. VGK going to the power play. Eichel drop. He missed the net as this is near the left side and finally touched. Vegas goes to the power play.
I'm not sure if Joe Pavelski hit Aiden Hill on his own for this goaltender interference call. I believe he got driven towards the net at first, but we got to see a replay of it. But Tomas Hertl deflected this one wide, and as he gets this back, Ottinger had enough time to get back to the left post to stop that incoming shot. The deflection goes wide. Well, Hertl says, no problem. Well, no problem either. And Pavelski, as for him, I don't know if Alec Martinez bumped him from behind, but Pavelski was certainly charging. I think Pavelski, what he wanted to do was avoid Martinez, but he didn't have to go that down low.
For the clarification on Hertl, I think you're correct. Bump from Alec Martinez. Dallas fans don't like it. I don't blame them. There's been a couple of calls that have been pretty soft. And if you read into John Cooper's comments, he also talked about that as well in that series against Florida and Tampa. 1-for-1, one shot in the series, 3 of 7. The power play has been 100% right now in this game with both teams scoring. Vegas on the power play again, trying to go 2 for 2. Hannafin with the drop. Pass for Stephenson, gains the zone. Left side Hertl will drop here for Hannafin. Near the right side point. Shot toward the net will be stopped by the left pad of Ottinger and spun back around the kick play. Here is Stone. Pick it up now off his backhand. Leave for Hannafin and give and go to the captaincy. Stone will settle it back as Eichel to try to find the zone entry. Sweet stick handle. Drop for Stone near the right circle. Send it back for Hannafin. Crisscross Hertl now as this is near the left side wall. Back to Noah Hannafin. And now Eichel near the left dot. Eichel surveying. Stone cross pass looking for a cutting Marchessault, but it didn't hit his blade. Hannafin now for Eichel down to 40 to snipe it. A bad attempt out of the air. This is with Dallas. Goes right to Vegas. Hannafin now with Marchessault. Hertl right side red line. Very patient is the Vegas power play. They look good with this possession right off the bumper. Eichel stick drag. He'll get into the right side dot. He'll shovel it toward the net, and Ottinger sees it.
This is excellent penalty killing by Dallas as they're forcing Vegas to the outside. And as Dave Jackson is giving his review of the goaltender interference penalty, I'll have to say, I commend Dallas PK on this possession. This time, they're not giving Vegas any clean looks on the inside. They're instead forcing them onto the outside to make it harder for them to get any fire.
You said, Alec, it's a little closer to the Dallas in between their power play and penalty kill, respectively, that over the last couple of years, they've been in a top 10 unit.
They have.
This is flipped back down the ice, and Dallas will successfully get it out. Looks like Vegas won't score on their second power play opportunity, but they got time for one more rush. Bounces off a couple of skate blades, successfully sent down. So Dallas gets the kill. It's still a 2-1 game. 8:30 left to go in the first. Man, it feels like the sand in the hourglass is moving at hyper speed here as this one gets iced against VGK.
Penalty kill for Dallas. Now, I know that Vegas iced it. Dallas has forced them all outside. I may say this again, but it's worth pointing out one more time. To force a team to the outside to make tougher looks, get them towards the half boards.
You have to, because as you said, you got Stoney. They're able to tip it, get traffic on in front of Ottinger. You keep on the outside, he's probably going to save it.
zone out.
Yeah, this has been pretty good as far as the expectations near the right side wall. And now McNabb tries to get the steal. Does it go back to Braden? Go ahead, Owen.
I thought we were going to break there for a second.
I thought so too. We're getting pretty close to the first media timeout.
And then,
Oh, yeah.
Here's an opportunity. I know Alec Vision's a little bit ahead of me. Aiden Hill, as this one gets sent in off the flip. Looks like we could have had another penalty for cross-checking as Dallas will get this one. Roope now back to D as it's Ryan Suter. Traffic, McNabb able to pick it up one more time off the touch pass. Vegas. Partial screen allows them to get into the zone. Now near the left side wall, will carry a spin and turn. He's going to stuff it in. What a ridiculous effort for Will Carrier.
The bottom pad of Jake Ottinger, exactly what Biggs' doctor have ordered. I don't mean this to say in a pun type of way, but Carey picks this up, fakes out Nessa Lindell right behind, and sends him flying towards right by him and then backboards. Carey picks this one up, and in similar fashion to how Jordan Martin scored his winning goal in Game 2 against the Islanders, just stuffs this one past the left pad of Ottinger just across the line. Your tide is what I'm at 2.
The way he was able to get in the zone there, Alec all the way near the left side boards, absorb a hit, get in, and then wrap it around and stuff the mail. Yeah, we've seen 4 goals, and all of them have been pretty spectacular.
Great game of hockey here in this first period.
2-2. This puck will go out of play. Man, oh man, if you're Jake Ottinger and you're Aiden Hill right now, I'm sure your head is spinning.
Oh, yeah, I'd be sure of that.
man, 4 goals. That's insane. The first period's not even close to done.
No, we might, the way this is going, we'll finally take a break here, with the way that this is going, we might get at least double this amount. The over-under's hurting right now.
I reckon for Dallas fans watching this game, they have the Stars right now, but later on, they'll be having the Mavericks. I reckon that the Mavericks, they'd be watching some of the Stars game before they do their warm-ups at LA.
I would think they would, Alec. And again, hopefully you don't get anxiety if you're a Dallas fan, because one series tied 2-2, the other series tied 2-2.
2-2, yeah, I was just going to say.
Yeah, Game 6 of that series on, I believe, Friday.
How do you see the Clips and Mavs?
Yeah, you're going to miss Vancouver, Nashville. That's rough.
How do you see the Clips and Mavs?
I like Dallas' chances still.
Even with the all-out attack against Luka Doncic, I feel like I have to agree with you.
Oh, and the Celtics are killing the Heat 41-23, even without Porzingis right now.
It's something, though. I will say, I feel bad for Miami to go out like this after Jimmy Butler went down with that season-ending injury. This is just sad.
I think they were favored plus 13.5, and I said under. I'm not so sure.
I think it just goes and tells you that how much Jimmy Butler means to the Heat.
Yeah. We speak of series-extending games. Well, Tyrese Maxey, we speak of him as Philadelphia Sports. He had 46 games in an elimination game in Game 5, regulation and overtime. The Sixers stay alive. It is 2v7. That doesn't feel like a 2v7.
No, it doesn't. And Tyrese Maxey had an absolute heroic performance, as you mentioned, as this one's flipped back 15 in this first. John here with you alongside Alec, Nava, and Owen Park, and it's a 2-2 game and a 2-2 series. Right now, we're in the first with 7:05 left, so there's going to be a lot more goals here, you would imagine, as the Donov and Duchene have the Stars' goals right now, and they have the puck. Victory the other way, Jimmy Benn, stick on the outside. Hanifin made a good defensive play, but this is still busy, and behind Hill's office is a couple reverse hits, and the Stars try to bank this one off Aiden Hill's stick shaft. And this will be picked up now for Miro Heiskanen. We'll send it back here for Heiskanen one more time. This little stick drag lead for Harley. Shots are 7-7, so that means the goaltending average is hurting on both sides. Near the left wall, this will be picked up now off the backhand for Vegas. Try to find Marchessault, but it gets picked off. Dallas with it now. Matt Duchene will leave it to his defensive Eichel right now. They're watching number 9 on the ice. This is Hutton. Tried it out now, but Dallas swarming in the offensive end as Vegas is struggling to get this even across the red line. Lindell will fire it back in mercifully. And in the left side wall, it's McNabb. McNabb will make the touch pass. Now drop for Marchessault. Give and go. Eichel! As he had to jump over one of the Dallas Stars to make Eichel doing a little bit of everything, showing a vert as this is sent in. Picked up now for McNabb as he'll play this across the right side boards. This is a battle across the blue line. Dallas just can't keep it in. Dellandrea off the back skate. Got to get back to his horse now. 5:25 left to go in the first. This is by Heiskanen now and Suter. Suter, long outstretched pass, bounces off several Vegas bodies. And now 1-on-3, able to get this across. Racing a Stone off the backhand. It was Karlsson, as this one sent in. Now near the right side, Howden will send this back around the embankment. Near the right side wall, Suter with the pin. Heiskanen trying to locate as well. Here is Amadio trying to get his stick in the lane as this will be sent down the ice and blown dead against the Stars.
It's in a situation that we do get a Game 7 between the Bruins and the Leafs, and we discussed this, but if it goes 7, when you do that, barring anything that happens between Sixers, Knicks, or Bucks, Pacers, in which we could split.
When he sent that message, as long as I can make it, I will join you on that Saturday or Sunday, whenever it is, to cover that. As far as next weekend, Saturday, Sunday, I think I'll be gone. But for this week, I think we'll be good.
So far, so good. Everything on schedule.
So Jake Ottinger, 2 goals allowed in each of the last 4 games. He's already at 2, and so is Aiden Hill. How many more is it going to be? Here's an entry now. Stephenson, pass off the outstretch a little bit too far. Thayab trying to locate. This will be put near his location again. And off the stick lift, Roope Hintz gets blasted with a cross check against the wall. Now, Hintz will try to protect near the right side in Dallas. Able to find a pickup here for Robo. Jason Robertson pass this one ahead for Harley. And across the left side wall, and it's Stephenson. Stephenson now trying to take this left lane. He'll take a loft down the ice. And it'll be Bruce Cassidy's squad with some full cell changes right at the 4-minute mark. It's still a 2-2 game in the first. It's been all offense here. And we'll see if we'll get a settling down period at all. Maybe it'll be the final 4 minutes. Opportunity now, Shea Theodore, cross pass. This is easily read, 1 and 2. Aiden Hill looked behind him after he made the save, and Wyatt Johnston gets the steal. He'll put it near the right side red line. Dellandrea trying to find it, and Stars pick it up again as Vegas, a little careless, can't get this out of their own zone. Now near the right side, players come together. Carrier, he's the one that got the latest goal. Now this Vegas Golden Knights will take this flip. This is going to work out in between the traffic for Dorothea. This bounces off and Nick Waugh. Dorothea is still trying to hound it as it's the Stars. The 3:10 left in the first. Now this in their own end, still trying to go right to left as the forwards change, but it's turned right over to the bench. Now near the right side off the spin, it's Marchessault. He'll send it in toward the back of the net. Outside of the cage a couple times. It's stuck underneath the mesh right now. Players trying to poke away at it. They'll send it near the right side of the cage again as Ottinger has a busy behind his crease. He's in the stand-up with Petrangelo. This is a no puck off a couple of the Vegas Golden Knights. Now near the right side wall, here's a pin. Puck is still loose. The red, yeah, because it's still matriculating here. Now Duchene, he does find the puck. Able to find the entry to Donov. We'll send it in as Alec Martinez gets shoved by Seguin. Flip back down to the Stars in their own end. 2:20 left to go in this first. Duchene able to send this in. Again, as we said, what a pickup he's been. I mean, anybody could have claimed him, and he was able to sign a short-term deal here for not a lot of money. Suter, and off the end wall, he tried to wrap it around right in front of the other way. Late arriving 3-on-2. If Vegas can get it And Amadio will get slammed by Suter near the boards. As Dallas will take the flip. This is picked up near the left side red line. Vegas gains the entry off the drop. Goes off the outside of the post. I'm not even sure who let that go. Karlsson. Side high point. This one goes off the end wall. Now Tanev trying to get it out. Vegas all over him right now, and so is Karlsson. Is able to get the pass across mid-ice. Someone almost gets slammed to the bench. Amadio, stick save for Ottinger. This thing's starting to get a little spicy again in the last 90 seconds. Picked up now at the full rush for Dallas. Stop and turn near the left side red line. Harley, cross, one-timer. This one's solved by Hill.
I'm not sure how Brett Howden ran going off the puck in all day. He fired that ain't it, so he beat everyone, including Jake Ottinger, except Ottinger's best friend.
The best friend is the post. Again, Marc-Andre Fleury used to kiss it, and maybe Jake Ottinger needs to as we go to break.
I hope he does.
What a first period.
Wow, yeah. I mean, it wasn't really a calming down.
We speak of no sorts of calming down. Well, Magic and Chuck was on the Pat McAfee show earlier today. No?
Any good quotes from him?
He told McAfee about playing through a fractured sternum the last postseason. Well,
Sure.
It was not fun, but, you know, he had to be in there for his guys.
Yeah, as you mentioned, I know I saw like a tweet from Greg Wyshynski for ESPN and said he probably shouldn't play because he had it. But again, Alec, I'd play the counterpoint. I think you would agree with me on this. When you're in the Stanley Cup Finals, these guys suit up and it means a lot to them. If he wasn't out there right now, I think he wouldn't have given it his all.
Yeah, he was, especially Game 3 when he tied that one up. Exited the game because of said injury.
Sure.
Came right back and tied it up. I know the Panthers, they lost their task with finishing the job this time. They have good chances of doing so. But if we speak of injuries, you're likely injury.
That's going to be big for them as well. So we're still going to have to watch and wait and see what happens between Toronto and Boston. But that's who. Around.
Either one of these is going to be a good matchup for Florida. Whether it be Boston or Toronto, I feel Florida's going to be well rested for that one. But again, it may be coming to a factor of rest versus rust. How shaky will he be heading into Game 1 of that series?
I know you me, but I did get the Howden replay there. How the heck did he not hit that? He hit the top of the left crossbar. He seemed like he aimed that perfectly, and it bounced back out toward the right dot.
Beats me.
Here's another offensive zone draw in the tie-up. It looks like we'll do it again. 116 left to go in the first. Now it's Dallas and Vegas. The series tied at 2, and so is the score. Again, we mentioned with Mavericks and the Clippers that also tied 2-2. We're getting a penalty here.
I think it's a face-off interference. It's one of the rarest face-off penalties that you will get.
I'm looking at Pavelski and Chandler Stephenson, and they got Dave Jackson on there. Right now, they're going to give it to Pavelski.
And so what they're saying here is that it's actually Chandler Stephenson is going to get this penalty. He touched the puck after the stick was down. He tried to glove it about his team. That's a big no-no.
Thank you for that, Alec, because it just updated on my ESPN box. I'm following along alongside that, so I do see it now at 1842, Chandler Stephenson. He's going to go to the box for a face-off violation, not all too common. And now Dallas gets to get a chance to get on the power play. Both of these power plays have already been able to do some damage here with Mark Stone and Matt Duchene, respectively. Volkeri has got the latest, and so does Dadonov, as we're sitting at 2-2. Heiskanen will touch this one across for Duchene. High slot, fake the slapper. Heiskanen now left circle Duchene. Good cross check out in front of the net, but you feel like that might be called. Seguin, Duchene. Hill, Snow Angel. And this puck is now near the left side dot. Seguin still trying to work for it, and it finally gets sent down.
Oh my goodness. We're at the front of the net with the puck losing. Hill basically snow angeling to keep this one out. He was basically dead to rights, sitting in his crease.
Hintz, put this around the inboards here, Alec. I can't wait for you to take over. This is going to be a heck of a game here. Heiskanen, Hintz, great save, Hill. There was a screen in front by Robo now. Down to 10 seconds. Good sauce. Heiskanen, Hintz, get back. Heiskanen, Ripper. Robertson trying to find it between his skate blades. Down to 2. And we go to the end of the first, but there's 4 goals on the board, and we're tied at 2.
Closing stages of this power play, Duchene almost had another one as he was showing that initially was looking to go towards Hill's chest, but he was deflected off the biggest defenseman, and infertily so. A fortunate tip that Hill located at the last second to close the 5-hole just before he started falling down on his force.
Yeah, that hit him right in the 5-hole. It was bouncing near the right side of the crease, and Vegas Alert just able to get that near the right to be able to clear it. That is as eventful as the first 20 minutes that I can remember in the Stanley Cup playoffs here right now. So you're going to have your hands full. I guess this is the first time in between both of our joint calls that I get a lot of the goals dumped on me, and I don't mind it. So, again, I'm looking at the vote in the YouTube side of it as far as this question. I said, does this winner of Game 5 win this series? And so far, no. This is going to be a 7-game series. And then Chef Like the Call, the toe drag of heavenly quality. Well, yeah, that's what you got there from Logan Stankoven. That's a chef's kiss of a pass. And that is something that we'll remember forever, as Tadonov got the purest goal that I could ever remember.
That's a McDavid assist.
Yes.
A McKinnon-like assist, as we can remember. We're talking righties. A McKinnon-like assist by Logan Stankoven. We can talk about it all intermission long, and if the fans were not getting enough of that.
So how do you see it now, Alec? It's a 2-2 tie. I think we both thought that the offense wouldn't jump up to this much. I mean, hell, we talked the first 5 minutes and said the defensive presence might be a good thing for both of these teams. Well, we can throw that narrative out of the window. What do you think these coaches are discussing now going into the second period?
Slow this game down. It's getting hot here in this first period. It's a lot of story. It's time to slow it down in the second period. Tighten up defensively, especially with Bruce Cassidy on his end. No, it's a defensive tactical genius when it comes to that, especially last year with the Golden Knights shutting down each and every one of their Stanley Cup, which it took them 5, 6, 6, and 5 games and knocking out each one of them. But Vegas' defense got to slow down this year. Even though you have the same personnel from last year, that's why you got Noah Hanifin at the deadline.
Right.
Tighten up said defense. That's why you got Tomas Hertl tightening up said defense.
Yeah, I think he added it right. Those are the names that you have to have, and I would expect being able to lock in, because you're correct about Bruce Cassidy. We're able to see Boston now. He's brought all that to Vegas. Let me give you your first period particulars here. 11-9 on the shot board in favor of the Stars. Hits tied at 15. Vegas just edging the face-off battle, 10-8. Both teams 1 for 2 on power play opportunities. So it looks like there's nothing in between. Alec's going to take over in the second, and then we'll split in the third. See if this one is going to require OT. Again, we saw a little bit of that yesterday in between the Bruins and the Maple Leafs. That didn't take that long.
I mean, just 2.5 minutes into the extra session, Matt Nice with the Winners extended to a 6th game. I know big 7th game. I know Game 7 is just the 2 words that Toronto dreads, especially against Boston. But at times, you have to throw the dreaded narrative out the window to rise to the occasion, to be built for moments like these. If Toronto can seal this one up in 7 to complete the comeback, they'd be all smiles now. Perhaps another year of the core 4.
Let me ask. I know the narrative is there, but I have to ask you because you're pretty much a professional when it comes to all this. Really a hockey professor for me. Helped me out a lot. But again, it was 3-1 last year for the Bees. They couldn't close it out. Now it's still 3-2. I mentioned it in the part of the postgame in the writing that I still think Boston's in a great spot. But is there any doubt creeping into their mind?
Well, in Boston's minds, I believe they remember what I feel, in their sense, with how defensively sound they are, they could learn from what they did wrong last year and turn those wrongs into rights. I still have the sense that Boston's going to close out this series, but Toronto can make me look silly for this take.
I'm with you in the sense of I feel like Boston's going to do it. I honestly feel like it's going to go to Game 7 because we talked about it a bunch of times and you've seen it throughout the course of history that Boston and Toronto love Game 7s against each other. It just happens to go that way. But I was really underwhelmed, honestly. When you joined me in there late and we saw the heroics, I was underwhelmed the way that Boston performed because going into it, they only had 2 shots after the first period. They didn't have enough output. And I really think they need to come out in Game 6 at Scotiabank with really their collective hair on fire and put more pucks to the net and give an effort because it really seemed like the only person that was ready to play the game was either Brad Marchand or Jeremy Swayman.
You could put a toss-up between these two, and you would not be wrong for the Bruins. It feels like these are the only 2 Bruins that showed up to play. Just 2 shots in the first period is not going to cut it in a closeout game. That's 3 playoff overtime closeout games that the Bruins have lost consecutively. They outshot the Panthers 47-20-something, and then ended up losing that game on Linus Ullmark's inexplicable giveaway. Here, the Bruins were the ones that were getting outplayed. The right team won 5 in the end with how the Leafs dominated play offensively.
Yeah, I agree with you. That's what's going to happen. And again, if you're Jim Montgomery, you got to make that change, and you got to go ahead and give more of an output. We'll see if they can do that. We'll give you a scoring update as well. 58-37, the Celtics still way out front, as you'd expect they would be. Bam Adebayo still trying to hold the fort with 4 points, 4 assists, and 3 rebounds. But Derek White, I know I've been watching this from afar. It's another game where he's already started quite well, quite fast. He's got 17 already. Jaylen Brown with 15 and Tatum with 11.
So now that we have the stats around, so 11 and 9, the shots 15 each. It's at times, and sometimes we can think that soon enough, these NHL broadcasts would initiate a hit count.
We talked about it a couple times when we covered some of these games. They had yet another game yesterday in between Toronto and Boston that went over 110 hits. So welcome to the Stanley Cup playoffs.
That's where AT&T should be thinking about. Aside from the shot counter, we need to insert a hit counter as well. I think all broadcasts may need to be thinking about that as well.
I think they should. I don't mind ESPN having the names up on the power play because it does make it for easier calls out for that. But it is funny because I know that we've been on both sides of the broadcast. It's nice to have the names on there, but you got to have the correct teams and correct names.
I mean, that is true. But also correct names as well. But this is a concept that can work in the long-term future. Every broadcast in the regional system, they've been using that.
Yes, they have. I guess I will take maybe about 30 seconds, Alec, maybe a couple minutes actually, because we got time. We got about second period start, but we mentioned this last year alongside Cooper Hopkins. I can't remember if it was game 2 or game 3 when it was Vegas and Florida, but I talked about the Valley Sports and Diamond Sports Group umbrella. Well, at May 1st at 12 a.m., everything else went dark. Why does that mean anything here? Because you got NHL. And I think it's up to 16 or 18 now in the Valley Sports umbrella. So that means that hockey is in danger for all those teams alongside the Red Wings and all that too in October. Right now, baseball is already in danger. Go ahead and flip on the channels and you get a big pink screen if you're a Comcast Xfinity subscriber and you don't have the channel. So we know they've been going through bankruptcy, but anyone that's dealing with Valley Sports and Diamond Sports Group, a lot of you guys. So I hope that there'll be a resolution soon.
Hopefully soon enough that comes to happen. Spectrum just renewed the agreement with Valley Sports and Diamond Sports Group for another year. But soon enough, I feel these teams may have to be making their own networks because of the situation surrounding Valley and DSG.
Yeah, they're going to have to. Again, I think there were some other things too where if you have Yes, the Yankee Sports Entertainment thing, you can watch Yankees. But if you don't have Yes, even if you live in New York, you can't watch it because they have their own broadcast side of it. So from what Alec is telling me on that end, if they're going to go their own route for some of these teams, you have to be able to go ahead and buy their service. I know people like to cut the cord because cable is expensive. I know Alec's kind of messing around with Fubo here a little bit of ESPN. I don't blame him, but there's been so many services across all of these umbrellas that cable is getting really expensive.
It has. With the rising costs day by day, you can imagine I feel in the coming years because of the inflation that's happening around. And I don't want to get into politics or anything, but in the last few years, it's been a concerning issue.
Yes, it has. Again, everything has continued to rise, and we're trying to penny pinch and save a little bit. But I'll tell you this, Alec, if it comes to October and they don't have an agreement, I guess I'll be paying extra to watch the Red Wings because I'm not missing out on that.
Well, we don't want to miss out on any of our favorite teams. I know for the teams creating their own networks, Pittsburgh Sports has created their own networks with the Penguins and the Pirates. Did the same thing as well with the Astros, Rockets, and all of the sports teams out there.
So yeah, they're going to continue to do that. And one other funny thing, and then well, it's not funny, but I'll switch topics anyway. So if you were watching the Vegas Golden Knights game the other day against Dallas, and it went past 12 o'clock on that side of it, and you're going to go to OT, and you're going to get that heroic goal, well, I guess not, because cut you off right in the middle of the game. So there's going to be a lot of unhappiness. Try to use the Bally Sports app, but again, the app is also very unreliable as well. So hopefully we find a resolution. If we get any update on what's going to happen in Utah with the Coyotes here, there's a lot going on for all these teams, but at least we're not being attacked by bees like we are in Arizona.
You're pointing out what happened at Chase Field.
That beekeeper, I guess they called him in the middle of the game. He was at his son's T-ball game or something like that. He comes down in the full garb, gets the spray, throws a ceremonial first pitch, and then the Diamondbacks win in extra innings.
The storybook ending to all of that.
So Dallas and Clippers, again, that tied at 2-2. We gave our thoughts. LA, Edmonton. Let me flip back to tomorrow's slate of games, and look, the only other one that we're going to have tomorrow is Boston and Toronto. That Thursday, TBS and Sportsnet and Essen. There was some more quotes from Jack Edwards, according to one of the referees, calling the referee a coward for not getting any sort of calls there for Pasternak that I saw that got plastered all over the internet. And there's all sorts of memes as well. All I can say is that I hope the series goes. I think whoever loses this one between the original six and Boston and Toronto are going to be very sour.
Yeah, it feels so. Especially since it's a rivalry matchup between these two original six teams. But Jack Edwards, if I'm a homer and making remarks like that, well, do I necessarily speak his inner thoughts, in my opinion? But I feel we don't have to. I mean, he's not wrong, but he didn't have to say that.
No. Didn't he? I can't remember which player. It might have been Pat Maroon, but didn't he like fat shame Pat Maroon last year too?
Ironic how it all turns out.
So, yeah, I mean, there's always been some comments there, but it's always very interesting if you listen in on this. And again, I'm not poking any fun because I know that Jack Edwards is dealing with some stuff as we talked about. But that broadcast, that leaves to have some interesting thoughts and desires. And at least for Alec and I, again, we're professionals to an extent, but we try to call the game as neutral as possible. But sometimes it will get caught up in the moment of some of these crazy goals. And I think Alec will too here in this second, because this first period between Vegas and Dallas has been extraordinary. 4 goals on both sides, 2-2 after 1. If I'm going to go ahead and venture maybe a final score total here, Alec, I'll shoot my shot. I think this might be a 6-5 game, and I'm going to go Vegas.
So finally we can shoot around and maybe at last the two offenses break out after it was a defensive battle in the first 2 games.
Yeah, I'm going to go crazy. I'm going to say there's going to be a ton of goals. I think we're going to see a lot more where that came from, especially after that first. We got about 3 minutes left to go. Alec a little bit ahead of me before the second period starts. We'll take them up. And we'll see where this series goes. Again, we were just happy to join you. It's my first look at this series. It happened to be in a Game 5. You can't get eliminations all the way across the board, but I'm just happy to see one of these series potentially go deep because, honestly, it was a heck of a regular season that came down to Game 82, but it feels like these playoff series are ending a little too quickly.
Yeah, when we think of the playoff races, that may have been the more exciting part of the races to the playoffs. The series in itself, on the other hand, they ended rather fast. That the Avalanche 5 or more goals in each and every one of their games against Winnipeg, that was the big shocker because Connor Hellebuck, for as great as he is, he's not supposed to be flaming out this fast. He didn't just crash and burn. He just imploded. Ouch.
Yeah, man, he looked like me if I was to say that because Connor Hellebuck might win the Vezina. And I understand he got lit up, and I also understand that it's part of defensive responsibility. We talk about it, and I wholeheartedly agree. I think the Jets tried to push themselves a little bit to be like the Avalanche's offense, and that's a bad design. You can't do that. And if you're Rick Bowness, I think you have to answer some questions of your own volition, right? Because that's the second time that they flame out probably against two teams that could win a Stanley Cup. But, man, the Jets got decimated, and Connor Hellebuck, he's not a sieve, but you also can't have a situation where he's constantly having to start 2-on-1s and 2-on-0s.
Yeah, you can't leave him out to dry every so often because when you do that, you're easily going to be susceptible to goals. You can only do so much.
So we'll see what happens with Hellebuck. Again, they're also announcing that they're going to be getting the rookie probably going to go to Connor Bedard, but we could get some thoughts and some service there for Brock Faber because he played a lot of meaningful minutes. I thought he played a really good game for the Minnesota Wild, and they asked him to be a top pairing D-man, and I think he ddid the job.
I may lean Faber in the Calder Trophy, even though most of us are going to think that's going to go to Bedard because of his strength, but I feel Faber, with the way that he played top pairing minutes ever since without an injury, I feel Faber's a worthy candidate for winning the Calder Trophy in its entirety. He's shown out in his first year after coming out of the University of Minnesota, rose up to the occasion. I even covered him last year in that one game between the Wild and Stars in the playoffs that went to double. He's looked bright.
Yeah, and again, I think for fans that look on the onset as the players are coming to the ice, if Faber does win it, I don't think it should come as a shock.
No, it shouldn't. It's either him or Bedard at this point.
So, Alec, you get set to take it away. We got everybody standing here at American Airlines. It's a 2-2 game as we head in the second period. I know we got Bob Wischusen on the call there for ESPN. I'm sure his voice has had a workout as well. Wyatt Johnston's been already on the score sheet. A couple power play goals on both sides. Again, they're showing that Stankoven pass to Donov. That is a laser beam.
Yeah, it is a big-time laser beam. I got it off on the feed from Stankoven. A nice shot that was followed up. Niftiest. Jake Ottinger, on the other hand, on that carry goal, he tried to get back in, but by the time he retreated back over to his left pad, the puck was already.
Yeah, Carrier pretty much carried the mail, as we said, finished that one off for the latest goal for Vegas. Again, there's been some additions in the lineup. They had Carrier, they had Amadio because they took out Anthony Mantha.
Yeah, and Amadio was a waiver claim, speaking of him. That was back in the 2022 season. We're on our way here in the second period. So, one stop by Aiden Hill, Alec, Nava, John Ott, Owen Parkin, also known as Red Box's Robertson. And getting away with that was Karlsson, and Hill stops Pavelski blind. Vegas tried to clear. What is the call here as when the Knights went down? No helmet. Aiden Hill might have had his goal.
Well, we're starting the chaos right away. Again, as you said, huge collision near the right side boards. Oh, checking his chicklets, and Aiden Hill already lost his helmet.
And friendly fire, Grady McNabb was in on him.
Man, I'm surprised. I was pretty much able to eat dinner and come back. That was awesome.
And Pavelski almost scored as well.
Near the left side post, just missed it off his skate. And oh, man.
That would have been big for the ex-Shark, as the Shark fans would call him Captain America.
That's going to get my call. He's the best deflection specialist that we have in the league, and anyone that argues is wrong.
I feel like every sport has a Captain America.
It's no relation to Chris Evans, by the way. So face-off is won by Dallas. Here's Jason Robertson down low. Pavelski across Heiskanen. He is stopped by Aiden Hill. Pavelski back behind his McNabb. He was tied up by Pavelski. Hintz gets stopped in front. Orly holds. One-timer was blocked in front. Sails out to center. Coming back the other way. Stephenson was just out the box. He gets stopped. McNabb sends it in. So the Golden Knights have killed off their penalty. This goes past Robertson on the deflection inside. Hill behind. Finds Hunter, who locates this right behind his net. Hunter starts things up. Right side, this goes down for Hannafin. Now back across to Stephenson. Way past him. First one there is Chris Cannon behind the net. Skipping out to holds it in. Bouncing puck down behind Ottinger and now picked up by Cannon in the near corner. Sent all the way out. Near Vegas' end. Tapped inside by Jamie Benn. Seguin going back across. Johnson has swept away from him. A good heat. And a quick shot. Might have bounced out in front. Stankovic had a wide open net. Couldn't locate the back of it. My, oh my, oh my. Stone the other way. And here's Wyatt to send this in onto the near corner. How in the world did that miss the net?
Alec, this should be 4-2. He got the Pavelski chance near the left post, and Seguin hits the right bar, and that one stayed.
So thank you for correcting that. For me, it's Jake Theodore's pass was blocked off by Canada again. And it's banging the glass here at American Airlines Center. I don't know if I'm for sure if he's going to get a warning for banging the glass when the players are there, which could potentially risk him injury as one of the players gets hit towards the near. Now
Who's banging the glass?
Yeah, we had one of the fans that was doing it that's also carrying a sign that says bang.
Ivan Barbashev was tied up on the shot. And Bill bang, bang, the signature call by Green in the NBA on ESPN games. Getting the force was Brady McNabb, he absorbs it. At center ice now, tap backwards by Barbashev and up for Carrier. Carrier, curl and drag, easily turned away by Ottinger. By whom I believe was Petrangelo, and the long shot from the half boards was turned away by Ottinger. We'll hold on.
Well, again, I know we talked about in my comment section. It said that I can't wait for one of these teams to get destroyed by the Avs. And that was one of our situations. Think about this might be a 7-game series. This looks like a bloodbath. Couple deflections.
I don't think they do get destroyed by the Avs. So.
Only because it could be a 7-game series. We'll see, though. But right now, they're disguising themselves like Colorado because this action's been free-flowing.
Nice analogy by you, Todd. And Ivan Barbashev almost had a goal. We speak of almost was 4-2. This almost was 4-3. Now towards the near corner, Dallas' end. Hurdle keeps it down inside. Spinning. Steele trying to get right by him. Can't do so. He's tied up. Tries to free this one up. Gets it away to Dallas. Down the ice. It's going to make its way to Hill. And it's a battle for loose puck. Petrangelo was ahead by several inches. Face-off coming back to Dallas' end.
Even fighting for turns into a match. Has to drop his stick.
That was so close. Could have gone either way.
Yeah, this is appointment television right now. We appreciate anyone listening to us jumping in, but if you get a chance to catch this stream and listen in, you're missing out if you're not checking out Vegas and Dallas right now.
It is Galandria on the face-off leg, cleared all the way out to center. Hunter sends this inside, but immediately this is Dallas clearing this one out. Hurdle. Playing from San Jose at a double overtime winner, 2019 Game 6 Western Conference quarterfinal against the team that he's playing now. Jonathan Marchessault fighting Jack Eichel. Triple team. This goes back to the point. Tried to keep this one in. Bounces out to center. Hannafin was tied up by Sam Steele. Greg Smith firing this one around. Down by Hill. Delandry now whether this is Smith or Pavelski, rather. Pavelski slowed down but immediately finds Hintz, who gets turned around in the near corner. Petrangelo. Now, as Martinez playing this. Stanley Cup final hero game 5 in 2014. That was a decade ago. Can't believe it's already been a decade since that year. Against Vegas, well, a face-off coming at neutral.
Well, I was joking a little bit when I said 6-5 as far as the final for the about 4 of these, and that sacrificial block that you just talked about. That was perfect there because the Seguin chance, I don't think that was going to be wired top left corner up for a Vegas diving body.
We speak of former Sharks. One other former Shark that we have, Vegas assistant coach Joe Ward.
Of course, yes.
I would not have recognized him if they did not show his nameplate.
I mean, it's nice of them to have him as assistant as he is boosting up the offensive side, especially on net front deflections. He won the series for the Washington Capitals against the Boston Bruins in 2012 in the East quarterfinals. Logan Stankovic tied up, gets his own puck back. Now back for Harley. Duchene was above. Tried to keep, so did Johnson. Is still loose at the near corner. Johnson was helped out. Johnson turned around, still has it. By Petrangelo, right around in front, it's loose. It's skidding right by. Benn tried to hold it. Johnson dares, sucker it to Benn. Now all the way back to the left place. Harley walking it across for Tanev. Tanev blows one up, bouncing. Races into the left point. He keeps it. Stankovic back deep. And around this one goes by Benn. Vegas kicks it right back. Dorfeyev, 16-1. Sends this one inside. Oettinger pointing this one out. Not a lot of shots on Jake Oettinger in the last few minutes, but it feels like Dallas has the upper hand on the shot board. Takes it back up. Right point, sends around for the boards. None of the stars were there. Closest of the Knights was Hutton. Couldn't track it, but was cleared out, and the Knights take it back inside. Wow, looks from the left boards. Wow. To the point, audience Hutton as he wants it. Wants to handle the overskated, but helping him out is Hanneman. The ex-Flame and ex-Kane. On for Hutton. From the red line, he sends this one in. First there was Barbashev. This can hit the boy, that was close. Now behind the net as both teams battle for it. Emergency swap. Tap backwards over to Shane Theodore. This one, the puck down the skate, still in play off the boards. Vegas on the hold. Racing their first was Craig Smith at the opposite corner. Far side. Clears the puck back in by Vegas. They tied it with Smith. Several times double teamed, but just gets this one out. 7:28 into the second period. Not any goal scoring here in this second frame. All the goals happened in the first period as Oettinger plays this one out from behind over to what I believe is Nicolas. Held in by Marchessault and around those hurdle. Getting there over the far corner was Eichel though. Eichel tied up. Seguin was right in front. Tied up, but so was Shea Theodore, and Seguin is back. This is a break, and Getty down and out, ran out of time to shoot.
Oh, man.
That was so close. He ran out of time, and down is Shea Theodore, who is clearly hurt. That does not look good. And a scuffle break.
Man, oh man, Seguin got a big piece of that as Zidane, as Alec said, ran out of time. He might not have got any goals yet to call, but he's got about 5 near misses on that side, and then we get the scuffle. You imagine that going into the second period, they needed more of a defensive output as Theodore tried to rise to his feet now. We've gotten that, but the heat in the kitchen, this is up to an all-time high even still.
Yeah, he was so close as he was going down for the right side. He tried to put on a fake on Hill, and Hill, however, he was not blinded.
That's pretty crazy considering he's in the series. It just hopped over the left pad, and we'll take a break now. What a game that we've had. If this continues, this might be the game of the playoffs so far.
So far it is. As far as if we get any other insane stuff. Well, so far, they're giving a penalty in the meantime to Tyler Seguin. The hit on Shea Theodore.
Yeah, that hit near the left side boards. I'm seeing it now, right at the 7:55 marker. You called it there, Seguin. That was a rough one, and I think it was probably well deserved.
You had to call that if you're the officials. There's no other choice. So as we're moments away from getting back in this game as they're in commercial break, the other note tonight in the NHL is the Kings and the Oilers. Something else of note in this series, the Kings have lost 4 straight games when facing elimination. They want to flip the script tonight.
Man, that's just crazy considering. But I mean, when you think about it, facing elimination, who have they faced elimination against? It's all the Oilers the last 3 years.
Yeah, and the other two, you speak of them, Vegas in 2018, San Jose in 2016. But that was long ago, but something else of note.
Yes, it is. And when you think about San Jose, I think about Vegas as well, or even LA. That just reminds me of a few years ago when Vegas had to go through the heartbreak against San Jose when they got that 5-minute major put up against them, and then that just implosion. I'll never forget that.
The irony here is that Peter DeBoer, who coached in his previous 10 years as head coach, he was the head coach of the San Jose Sharks by then. And it feels no matter what happens with the Golden Knights, each one of their playoff runs they've encountered or coached by a Peter DeBoer team.
Yeah, it's funny how we always connect all these things within hockey. Mind behind that. I know the crowd is upset about it with Seguin, but illegal check to the head, it's only a 2-minute minor.
I think that with illegal checks to the head, they can only implement a 2-minute minor to each one of them. But that was clear as day a headshot. You cannot do that.
Yeah, I'm getting it near the right side boards now. In the outstretch of the stick, that was the thing that ended up catching Theodore there. The check to the head. So, right call, 12:05. Alec's going to get set to take this back away.
So initially it was a stick lift by Donanoff who tried to take this away from Theodore, and a Seguin he was charging up. What the one thing that you can't leave your feet on the ice. That time Seguin did leave his feet, and the principal point of contact was the head. Seguin made no attempt to lean towards making a legal body check.
Seguin kind of looked more like Jamie Benn right there.
Oh, Ira.
No doubt about that. There is a very physical play between these two teams. I don't know if I would have said bad blood yet, but yeah, Western Conference Final. I know I'm podcast, and Dallas probably wanted something different here, but this Vegas-Dallas series over the last couple of years is starting to turn into a rivalry.
I'd see it, especially one like this where just goals seem to be exploding out of nowhere. Well, they've calmed down now. I guess we've gone almost a full period without a goal.
Almost a full period without a goal. But this is, as you say, a rivalry because it's already the third playoff meeting in the last 5 years between them.
Yeah. The Dallas and Vegas, there's some controversy about how Vegas and Seattle were made up and what they were getting, and Dallas fans were upset. But hey, Vegas is here because they made the right moves and they've been good over the last few. So I can understand some jealousy, some hatred, but with the play that we're seeing on the ice between these two squads, it's an A+ right now.
So far it has been. It's Eichel at the near boards. Hannafin at the point. Long shot. That's caught by Auditor. He'll hang on to it. Marchessault was out there. He's marked his first power play.
He's already got a tip, and he was right in front of Ottinger's grill there. As you mentioned, when I was on the play-by-play in the first, you got to be able to keep those screens and everything else away. Dallas got to watch for that here on the Vegas face-off.
And they'll get another one at the left side with Tomas Hertl taking this. Chandler, Stephenson, and Hertl, they're the other two in this top unit. From the near board, sent back for Hannafin. Hannafin walks the point. Back to Eichel. He is looking, still looking as he goes to the left point. Down low is Stone. Stick was broken up on the puck. Hannafin on the key. Over to Eichel. Doesn't have any room to shoot. Out there is Wyatt Johnson to block him up. Stephenson. He tried to find Hannafin. Couldn't get the shot away. Hertl is down low. Back over to Stephenson. Setting up his Eichel at the point. Now moves to the right circle. Stephenson at the far corner. Back for Eichel. Tic-tac-toe as Eichel goes back to the top of the left circle. Stephenson holding it at the top of the right. Now over to Stone for the bumper. That pass sailed over his stick and sent all the way down to where Hill was standing to slow this one down. Hannafin with a minute left on the man advantage. He is continuing to looking to drop this one back. Does so as starting this rush is Eichel, alternate captain for the Golden Knights. He was previously the captain of the Buffalo Sabres. Pass too far, Oettinger stick away, and going down was Eichel hard towards the near corner. He picks this one up as he is back on his feet. Can't do much of it. Nicolas out there as one of the people on this second unit. Eichel right behind the net. Watched by Harley. Pass broken up. Karlsson trying to help him out. Harley got there first. He'll wrist it on the way down. And then we started again. No power play goals in a while now. He actually has slowed down. Up front, Marchessault. He'll backhand this one down deep. Karlsson can't pick this up for the deflected puck. Marchessault has it. Back to the left point. Just skipped over Theodore. He'll pick this one up and move it to the outside. Petrangelo waiting. Offside. Someone exited late or too late.
Petrangelo, yeah, I wasn't paying attention there to Nicolas on that second power play unit as they'll go offsides. A stoppage with 10:13 left to go in the second. Alec again hasn't had to call goals just yet, but there's been plenty of near misses. There's been scrums, almost a fight. Temperature has still maintained everything from the first into the second, and we're still waiting who's going to get this go-ahead goal here because this is going to be big.
Speaking of temperatures, we could talk more down of Canes Rangers in the second round.
That's going to be a really good series as well. I can't wait for that one.
Oh, me neither, John. In fact, if we could just have it start soon enough, then we'd be covering it basically immediately towards that point. Wall was tossed out, but Barbashev helps him off the face-off. 5 seconds on the man advantage. They're going to have Tyler Seguin come back onto the ice right now. So the penalty is killed up on the entry. The feed pass over to Petrangelo. Give back for Barbashev. Tight pass over to Was. Held in. The long shot. Oettinger. Held that one up with 9:55. And he'll cover.
There was all sorts of traffic out in front. Again, you mentioned with the power play for the most. One more time, as you mentioned, the first keeping Vegas on the outside, forcing them to try to find lanes. Looks like we're going to get another commercial break. But there was some traffic. There was some deflections there that Dallas will have to continue to watch. And we'll continue to watch the play for both of these goalies. Right now, Oettinger 10 out of 12. Again, Aiden Hill's first start of the postseason right now. What do you think of his game?
So far, he's bounced back from the first pick, confidence back up to where it was in the regular season.
I would say so. I think he's able to bounce back a little bit in the Vegas defense. Had to play better in this next set of 20, and they've done so. But again, it's going to be, for me, at least from what I see right now, if we're going to get a goal in this period here from these squads, it certainly either looks like it's either going to be A, a deflection, or B, a breakaway. So we can decide which way that's going to go, because again, he did Donovan. And I'll just give you one more reset here to save Alec's pipes for the moment. It's 14 shots to 12 for the Stars, 21 UK faceoffs tied at 13. Opportunities, 1 out of 3 for Vegas, 1 out of 2 for Dallas, and block shots about dead even, 9-8. Vegas has that lead.
Did you guys end up getting into the Valley Sports topic at the end of the first? Or?
We did mention that in the first intermission a little bit, and I shared some words because I know we picked up on that last year, but it looks like it finally happened.
I thought they were. I honestly thought they were supposed to shut down like 2 years ago, anyways. I'm surprised.
Proceedings.
To be totally honest, I think they'll probably not last year. But it's unfortunate. I mean, I don't know if either of you guys are by it. I know Patrick is. I'm trying to help him up with that, but I don't know if you guys.
Same deal for me. I'd be a bitter Red Wings fan.
So what are you going to do? You figured it out?
I'll figure it out when it gets closer to October for sure.
When it's closer to October, we'll get to that point. My end, I'm not affected because I Spectrum, but I feel for all the Comcast users who are affected by it. I'm sorry.
Playoff hockey, so take it away.
So at least we can watch this for this moment. There's a long shot deflected out in front. Cannon swept it away. Eichel on the hold. McNabb across. Jake Theodore back for Eichel. One-timers kicked out by Oettinger. Staying sharp as ever since giving up those 2 goals in first period. 23.
That was an absolute bullet from Jack Eichel near the left side dot, cascaded all the way for an ice. A couple of these clears here, as you mentioned, just want to throw that. I think the Stars are shoveling this in a little too deep in front of Ottinger. It almost get me a little scared here, Alec, that one might just go in the back of the net. And it was yesterday between Winnipeg and Colorado.
Neil Pionk. That's unfortunate.
Yes, it was. I bet he had to feel sick to his stomach.
Not only do you give him an own goal, but also you're not even giving Connor Hellebuck a chance right behind. Stars trying to clear it again. They do. It does. It sails past everyone, including Alex Pietrangelo, who's the closest to it.
So again, we get another play blown dead. We're halfway through the 9:15. 2-2 is still the score line. It's been that way since the end of the first 20, where the action has continued here at American Airlines Center. And if you paid a ticket and able to watch this, I'm jealous.
Well, this has been a classic of all sorts for 2 periods. As Dallas, they want to get the attack back on. Worse can't do so. There are fans getting swept away several times. It's back up the center. Seguin locating this now is Benn. 1-on-1 the defense. Getting twisted and burned was Wyatt Johnston by Marchessault. Dallas is going to the power play. Immediately the linesman had to separate Johnston and Stone. Concerned that there'll be a potential skirmish between the two as Stone is being escorted to the box.
I think Wyatt Johnston had the appropriate reaction there, Alec. He just backed away. You take the power play. You don't get involved. Nothing wrong with John there, but don't get yourself caught in extracurricular. That's a very smart move by a very young man.
Smart play by Johnston to get away with this. Just walk away, unarmed, unscathed. And I know Johnston, you have to be upset with it. The reaction is justified. The call is justified.
Yep.
So that's crucial because they're losing their best defensive forward for this penalty kill sequence.
Absolutely. You called it there. Mark Stone is very critical. Dallas's power play has already been prolific of sorts here. So it's a very big kill for Bruce Cassidy. Let's see if they can do it.
Someone's wearing the Johnson dog mask here in Dallas.
They're having a good time. I was just going to ask you what that was.
Good thing that we brought it up because these Dallas fans sit there willing to go on. They want to capitalize it. Heiskanen hands out for Robertson. Deep shot deflected wide. Pavelski tried to hold. Robertson jumps on it. That pass intended for Benn was knocked away. Up the other side comes Eichel. Karlsson rushing in short-handed. Eichel moves around. This goes right around the back of the crease and will be re-picked up by Heiskanen, who's set up. Heiskanen's getting this one in himself. Hands off for Robertson, who finds Pavelski. Pavelski's pass doesn't go. Heiskanen's over the far corner, shoved by Pietrangelo. Dallas tries to save this one inside. It's bounced over the hill. Seeing that Robertson is coming towards him, he smartly holds.
We get another stoppage at 1:25, another offensive zone draw here for Dallas. Again, we've seen a lot in this game. Jack Eichel, one of the very best defensive players. He's really blossomed since he's come to Vegas. He's turned himself into a complete player.
A while, like when he came out, he got those injury problems.
Sure.
And then that I think that sort of evolved into a contract dispute somehow with Buffalo. And he ends up here. And now he's finally turning into the player that everyone said he would, 7-8 years ago now?
Yeah. He's definitely turning himself into a complete player that everyone's hyping up to be. Here's Seguin, curling track. Hannafin was not full. Dallas keeps Duchene. Seguin sends it back over to the point for Harley. His long shot went wide. Stackerman over the right circle now. Back over to the point is Harley as he walks the point. Looks left side for Duchene. Duchene will. Harley continued to look. Finding Stackerman. Open a lane. Shots blocked by Hannafin. And he sets this one down with 45 on the man advantage. Eichel will slow it down to hand off for Harley, who is waiting right behind the crease. And Hannafin walks up. Wanted to go in a nice blow and tired. Johnston's in. Looks Robertson's way. Finds him. Robertson. Second in front. Hill turned that one aside. Harley from the point. Down deep is Johnson. Fires one. And this sails right into the net. Duchene holds. Harley. Left circle is set as he waits. Cross-ice pass for Duchene. Did not shoot it out in front. Was not towards anyone. This pass, as it goes all the way down, that's going to run out the power play time unless there's one last rush. Robertson's inside. Power play is over. Robertson looking. long shot was stopped by Hill. And he flipped it onto the side. Who want to go tonight? Stonefire just want to cross the passes too far. And Tanev, another, will pick this one up. Goal for the Stars on this power play, but it seemed like several were close to being breaking free. Now this pass doesn't work. It was cut away by Hanifin. It's Theodore now taking over the pass from Hanifin. Back across, this is Dorfeyev. Opposite Heiskanen. This one behind the net. Sails right by. It is Sam Steele. One-on-one with Alec Martinez. Shoved towards the wall. This one doesn't go anywhere. Held it towards the left course by Ethel Lindell. Bouncing puck. Went wide of Hill. Might have got a piece of it. Steele trying to hold it. Does so. It's Smith walking the point. Craig Smith, long shot. Turned away by Hill. And the rebound swept away from Steele by Theodore. Steele can't keep. It's back over to center ice. Lindell waits to send this one in. Does so after everyone exits. Hill playing this one out. Attacking. Now it's sent up through the right wing side for Vegas. Tip around, Stephenson sending this one through. Ryan Suter the first in the puck. Backhands it around. It's a Lindell. Handle it. Vegas trying to keep this one. It's Tomas Hurdle walking to left point. Cut away several times. Still holds it. Hurdle across. Eichel can't fire. To the left post. Hill hangs on with 5:30.
Back and forth action, as you said, that previous power play, a lot of near misses there. Finally going to looks like we'll be taking yet another break. I don't know how many close calls, Alec, you've been getting. If I think my unofficial count for close calls for you is probably about 25.
Well, it feels that way at the very least.
Yeah, it's been a hell of a game, and I'm glad that we were able to join this. I know when I asked you yesterday as far as if you wanted to lean one way or the other, I'm really glad we decided to stick with it in Vegas and Dallas as we talked about, because honestly, this game has lived up to every expectation that I thought it would be. And right now, this really does look like, with 5:30 left in the second, to be a 7-game series. I'm just interested to see if we can finally get a home team to get a victory here, because it looks like both teams could do it. And I will say one thing for Vegas. I think the activity level has been much better now than it has been over games 3 and 4. I know Dallas really outplayed Vegas at T-Mobile Arena, but it seems like this game's a little closer to even, does it not?
Yeah, it feels that way.
I'm going to go ahead and plug this phone in just to make sure that we don't lose everybody. And
I have to almost keep mine plugged in on stations. It just drains my battery right out.
yeah, I'm going to have to get a new phone upgrade by the time we get to the new part of the NHL season. Again, I'm still looking at this question. I said, does the winner of Game 5 win this series? Right now, yes is starting to take over with 7 votes. We still have some people thinking that it could be a 7. We appreciate you guys joining in.
I don't know. We haven't seen the home team win, as you mentioned in the series, so I'm skeptical.
Somebody's going to have to if Dallas is going to win this series.
I mean, eventually, if Dallas is going to win the series, they have to win at home. And one thing towards that, they have been getting the better scoring chances in the second period, 6-1, and high-quality shot opportunities, 7-2.
7-2 in the slot. I mean, that seems pretty accurate, because there was a lot of near miss passes at that right crease.
4 of these goals, they've been in the first period, none of the second period. It seems that we may be getting a game in which John may be calling more goals than I have. and I'll give you full marks on it. You're due for it. Tomas Hurdle, giveaway, Dallas is in. Hill turns to the side and is down to play with 5:09.
Oh, man, that is right on top of the dots, too. You can't have that too many more times as the save, but that's a brutal giveaway.
You cannot. I mean, one of the goals in the Avs-Jets series in Game 1 was a result of a careless turnover at the defensive zone.
We're showing Aiden Hill 4-2, 199, 2 shutouts, and a .939 save percentage in Dallas. He's going to need to lock in right now. It's still 2-2.
Logan Thompson is locked in the first 4 games. Can Hill do, or will this be Dallas getting the advantage? Here's Brett Howden. He sends one for the near boards. Down and inside as they're both battling for the loose puck. It's loose in front. To the right of Ottinger, picked up by Juggernaut, cleared out, foot race for the puck, just enough to not be icing. Pietrangelo sticking this away from Seguin, and down goes Tyler Seguin. Another Dallas power play.
Oh, he got punched right in the left side of his face.
What in the world from Alex Pietrangelo? It's totally uncalled for.
Hey, he just totally gave him the what for off the backhand. And I like, honestly, Alec, that seems like that was intentional.
Wow.
That was very bad blood and figurative.
You're right. He got him open on the side of the nose. He got him pretty good.
Nose. I think he has to sit out for a sequence before coming back onto the ice. Nothing too major, but I think he'll have to sit this one out for the moment.
Just until they stop the blood.
Yeah. Fans are wanting 5. They're discussing whether it's going to be 5 or 2.
Yeah, it's interesting, Alec, because I could ask you this. You know, when you get a high sticking and you draw blood, is you still get the dog mask. You get 4. So what are we going to get here?
So initially they're going to say, put this under review. So they're getting the headsets on to discuss this. Pietrangelo, for the moment, he's going to be sitting at the box. But it's going to be interesting. If it's 2, he'll just have to sit there. If it's 5, he might be gone.
So last year, and I'm going to make this comparison because I feel like I have to, we remember what happened with Jamie Benn and some careless penalties that ended up turning the game. Is this going to be the moment for the reversal for Pietrangelo on Seguin? Because that just seems
This is just totally uncalled for. See, Pietrangelo, he swung his elbow towards Tyler Seguin intentionally,
Yeah.
and his backhand caught Seguin up high and up in the face.
He got him. Yeah, you're right. He got him with the elbow and the backhand. That's like a la Draymond Green.
Oh, now they're going to give Pietrangelo 2 minutes, and the fans are not happy about it. But nonetheless, that penalty.
Wow, 2 minutes, and you even get blood. So I guess if you don't hit him with the stick, it's only 2 minutes.
Yes.
That's a little curious, Alec. I don't think I agree with that call.
Yeah, me neither. Because I feel if there's blood on the ice, it should be 5 minutes.
Yeah, that really does. I would say at least maybe even 4. I would split the difference there for a double minor. Either way, Pietrangelo gets off awfully light, and then he shows a little wink afterwards as well. So, yeah, this might get a little crazy.
This could be the turning point of it all. If the series were to be going one way or Dallas can use this as a rallying cry on the man advantage. Remember, these 2 teams, they have not scored since the first period. Pavelski goes inside. Down he goes. Brandon McNabb got him. Fans want a penalty. Puck is still loose. Robertson has it. Heiskanen back for Robertson. And the right circle gets a look. Bouncing puck over to Heiskanen. Back for Robertson. Robertson holding. His shot was stopped by Aiden Hill. It's still in play all the way back out center. But recollected by Heiskanen. Ottinger still in his crease. That means no penalty up against Vegas that can signal potential 5-on-3. Pavelski moving this one around from near the far corner. Benn rushes in to keep this in. This is where it's stand out. Robertson holds it. Right circle. 8 fires to McNabb was there with a block. Robertson a hold. Back for Heiskanen. Left side is Hintz. Heiskanen again at the point. Robertson in the right circle. Down low this goes. Benn. This pass was blocked out by McNabb and Robertson gets back. Heiskanen. Robertson has an open lane. Now goes to Heiskanen. Fires. Set. That's blocked. Rebound. Score! Dallas on the power play again!
Yeah, Robo gets a second opportunity, and Hill could never track it. There was just traffic all in front near the right side post, and Robo gets an absolute roof off.
Or sure it has. I believe it was like 3 shot blocks by
Yes.
Brandon McNabb all in one sequence. He was sacrificing himself on every position. The third one completely comes back for Robertson.
I'm watching this now, but it's not enough. And Robertson with a gigantic goal for Dallas.
That is huge. That can shift momentum back for the Stars. If one team were to finally win a home playoff game in this series, we're talking about that all throughout. This been the turning between the Rangers and Devils last year, where the road team won the first 4 games. though, for a series like that, it feels like home ice advantage could be essentially thrown out the window because they were so close to each other. Just a drive across the Hudson River.
Yeah, no doubt. Again, this game has been absolutely nuts. Take it away.
3:05 left to go in the second period. Dallas wants to go up 2. Vegas wants to tie goal. Carey almost turned this away. Center. Carey is inside. Forced to the outside the near boards. Around his goes. Out of Rico. Let's at the near corner. Barbashev. Tough shot was turned away by Auditor and bounces out the referee onto a Dallas player. Put all the way down the ice. Foot race for the puck. Smith wins the foot race. The ice seeing its way down. Near corner. Nothing there. Trying to keep it away with the Stars. The Stars decide to go for changes. Johnson back out there on the ice. Shot 17-16 in favor of Dallas. This one deflected inside. This might be play of a high stick. That was Vegas play of a high stick. They wave this one up as Dallas has possession now. Johnson sets inside. Theodore Price this one up as Bell's in tight. Big reverse hit at the far side of the wall by Benn on Eichel. Coming in like a freight train. 2-2, he says.
My word, Alec. This game just keeps delivering.
It does so. It keeps going on and on. Inside, but now slow down. Logan Stegman, 3-0. Tack, and the toe just went over the net and onto the safety board. Worked out another again.
A 3-0? Are you kidding?
How often do you see this?
Yeah, this game is already the best game. I don't care what anyone says right now. We're looking at the game of the 2024 Stanley Cup playoffs. Not often do you get a 3-0. Poor line change, maybe even a blown tire and a cross pass from Dodonov. If he didn't already have one, it feels like he should have had a trick as he lifts it wide of the left post.
That is rough and rotten luck personified. Oh, better say with 143.
Man, that is a bullet right off the draw, too. Again, just before that, he couldn't even call what we saw there because it happened so quickly. That Benn hit, now he was cut off the reverse from the Eichel blast, and Eichel turned to the referee. He had some words. He got hit by a freight train.
He did. And Vegas could have a break. Marchessault was closed up by Heiskanen on time. Excellent defense from them. Keep in mind, Dallas does not have Mason Marchment. He is out on the injury list with an undisclosed injury. So is Radek Baksa. 1:22 to play in the period. Wendell around for Heiskanen. Seguin sends this one out. It's up and over onto the Dallas bench. For it to be delayed game, it has to be completely over the boards. It just goes over to the bench.
If you got that call, 1:17 left to go in the second, 3-2 now Dallas. You want to take a look at the 5 goals that have been scored. Power play has been big. Has 2 of them. Vegas has 1. 3 of the 5 with the man advantage. Do not take penalties with these units.
What to do is they stay disciplined. And so far, the more disciplined team has been leading this game. 1:12 to play. We're back on the way. Pavelski sends it up. Pavelski had to brace himself for a light shove. Foot race. Hanneman was there first. This was sent in from beyond the red line, so no icing. Held inside by Pavelski. Robertson sends it around from the far boards. Turned away by Hanneman onto Hudson. 55 kicks left to go here in the second period. And another shoving match towards the Vegas bench. Set. From Barbashev. Gets this over to Pavelski. And across this one goes. Skips over Harley's stick. Backhands it over. All the way down to the Vegas end. Is Hunter recollecting this? At the neutral zone, Tana picked it back up on the clear. Johnson sends this behind the goal line. This might have hit the sinking end. No, it's still a puck. Still up for grabs. Law secures it. Across. Amadio couldn't hold it. At the corner, 15 to go on the period. At the opposite corner, Howden tried to send this one backwards. Stars have the last rush with 10. Benn will just fire this one deep. 6 seconds to play. At the period, McNabb behind his own net. Stankovic sends this one out. Benn with the last shot. That was blocked up. Heiskanen. This one will. It got to Aiden Hill with the green lights already on. And that'll end to a second period. Lots of action. Take away from the rest.
I'll say, everybody, take a breath. just the first set of 40. We still got at least another 20 to go. And the winner of Game 5 wins this series 79% of this time when it's tied 2-2. That's a gigantic goal for Robo there. Jason Robertson at 16:32, the only goal of the second period for Miro Heiskanen and Jamie Benn. The amount of near miss. I mean, we just had to get it to Donov on a breakaway. He ran out of space. And then Donov recipient of a pass on a 3-on-0 that gets shot wide. Countless opportunities that went across the right side of the crease for Adin Hill that were near misses. That was a really good 20 minutes from two really good hockey teams. I think, as we've said now through games 3 and 4, and now in game 5, Dallas has been the better team to me.
So far, it's showed on the offensive scoring sheets, especially on the power play where Vegas, they look outmatched when they're on the PK.
So we'll give you. We started in the first. Mark Stone on the power play, second of the postseason from Hannafin and Eichel. That was tipped at 4 minutes. Evgeny Dodonov from a Logan Stankoven pass that was a gift from the heavens, assisted by Wyatt Johnson at 5:02. Matt Duchene on the power play as he wristed it into Johnson and Seguin. So Johnson already with a couple more points. Not even turning 21 yet. And then Will Carrier his first for Vegas from Barbashev and McNabb at 12:31. And then, as we said, 16:32, the latest one from Robertson on the power play. His third. Heiskanen and Benn, primary, secondary assists. 14 out of 16. Adin Hill, 14 out of 17.
So if I'm Vegas, going into Game 6, if whether you win or lose in this game, to who do you go to in net between Adin Hill or Logan Thompson? Feels like an interesting discussion because I feel Thompson's had the upper hand in this series. You can shake this one off with Hill, but you may be thinking about Logan Thompson potentially for Game 6.
Yeah, I think you give Thompson a shot. Both are capable. They're very capable goalies. Vegas has no shortage of talent. It's good, but I think you've got to try and spread it around, especially if there's Game 7. I think you want help to try and round it out so having to get rested for what would presumably be on Sunday, I believe.
I know it sounds like a coin flip, Alec, and I'm glad that you brought it up, but for me, for the couple games ago, for the multiple breakaways when Logan Thompson started about 4 of those in one game, I think you made the right call. Thompson fresh, but win or lose right now, I'm going with Thompson to the end of the series. That's me.
I'm with you there as well.
I think he's been the better of the two if I had to pick.
Their lead on Miami going into the fourth quarter is now 98-66.
It's over. I mean, when you have, it's over when the Heat are about Jimmy Butler, and then you have the Celtics having Deuce Tatum, Jason Tatum's son, drawing up plays for his dad. It's wraps.
Are we?
They don't even have Porzingis.
That's the thing for the Celtics going forward. I'm glad you said that with Deuce Tatum because that's kind of funny. Yeah, you already know that it's over, but for Porzingis, I mean, hopefully for the Celtics fans, he only misses like 4 or 5 games because I think they're going to need that linchpin if they want to get the Larry O'Brien trophy.
Yeah, whereas between Cleveland or Orlando, it's a series that is winnable for Boston.
So, okay, so you said between Cleveland and Orlando, and then between Indiana and the Milwaukee Bucks. Does it seem like the Celtics have the easier road in the East?
Yes.
Yeah, on paper, you think so. Which I think I am going to say, yes, they have the easier road as opposed to whoever's the winner between the Knicks or the Sixers. Now, don't count out Philadelphia just yet.
Sure.
I know it's a 3-1 series sweep entering Game 5, but that's not a typical 7th seed. Just 3 wins separate the 2nd and the 7th seed in the East. And even though many are going to say weak East, this and that, I feel this narrative kind of it may be sort of dead in my
I think we've been able to use that narrative last decade, correct? I would say over nicely.
Yeah, you can say so. Because over the last decade, it feels like LeBron James's teams and then everyone else. There were some teams that were up for the challenge up against LeBron, such as
The Warriors for a little while.
Yeah, it was the Warriors and the Cavs for what seemed like an eternity.
Of course, we had the Warriors 73-9 that one season, and then ultimately lost in the finals.
Now imagine if it didn't go there.
Yeah, right. What would have happened there? Because I saw a meme, Alec, and I hate to dogpile on number 35. They go ahead and they make that move, right? You go to Phoenix. It doesn't work out. I didn't expect them to get swept, and I know that we talked about it, but honestly, we've seen that movie before in Brooklyn. Did we really think it was going to be that different in Phoenix?
I mean, Phoenix doesn't have an actual point guard when
Right.
they trade away Chris Paul. So you force Devin Booker into a position that he's not familiar with. Experiments went as well as we expected to be.
I agree.
Not at all.
I'm looking on the side of the ESPN ticker that went across, so I see the Norris candidate race in here for hockey is Roman Yossi, Quinn Hughes, and Kel McCarr. That's a pretty good list.
Well, you got to give that to Hughes. You got to give that to Hughes.
I mean, Hughes is due for it now. With the breakout season that Vancouver's having this year, I feel this award, in my opinion, I'll agree with you, Redbox. I think it's Hughes' award.
Is it voter fatigue from if I have to go between both of you, I'm going to say I agree. I think it's going to be Quinn Hughes. He's been able to put in Vancouver, broke out in a big way. You should lean there. But I hope that Kel McCarr doesn't get too much voter fatigue because I think he's going to get a few more of those.
Oh, look at the second place votes.
Yeah, I think Kel's going to get a few more. I think Quinn now, this is his time to get one. I know toward the end of the tenure for the Red Wings and Nick Lidstrom, it took him a while to get one, and then he got a bunch in a row. So I think that's what's going to happen for Kale.
Yeah, that's what's going to happen. It's going to be a tight race for the Norris between these three, and each one of them, they respectfully are up there in the conversation for each and every one of their good reasons.
And you could say, honestly, in between Kel McCarr and Quinn Hughes, those are the two best defensemen that we have in the league, period.
Well, don't count on Adam Fox for this discussion.
I like Adam Fox. I don't disagree with you. I think he's got a better defensive presence more than an offensive game. But as far as pure offense driving the puck, I think Quinn Hughes and Kel McCarr are in a league of their own with no Adam Fox.
No disrespect to you whatsoever. McCarr is the most versatile defenseman in the league, bar none. He can fire on all cylinders offensively and can get back on defense basically in the snap of a finger.
Yes. That's what's so scary between him and Quinn Hughes. And Adam Fox is really good too, but I just don't know. I mean, you could say offensive defenseman, right, for Kel McCarr and Quinn Hughes, but their defensive ability is even on Adam Fox can do as well. Although I would give Adam Fox slight edge on defense. I think he might be the best defensive defenseman. But again, those three, I don't even know what to say.
What else is there to say about them? Especially Hughes' defensive game stepping up with Rick Tocchet.
That's a match made in heaven. And honestly, for Rick Tocchet, you know what? I think he went into the job knowing a couple seasons ago that Vancouver had some talent. Yeah, they definitely underachieved over the last couple of years, but to explode like this, I didn't see it.
Top seed in the West.
Nobody. So, in terms of where Vancouver would have been placed if we were yet to be in the playoffs, would be wild card. We didn't see
I agree.
this coming.
Yeah, no, they were at the start of the season. They were discussed as like a potential 7 or 8 seed. People were. I mean, when Edmonton had their terrible start, Vancouver just came out swinging. I think it kind of took everybody by surprise.
It seemed like Vancouver never really had a lull this year, like you said, Owen. I mean, they kind of jumped out and they kind of just paced everything in the Pacific this year.
They did. But outside the Oilers, and I think if the Oilers being the best team in the Pacific Division, it had it not been for that slow start.
I think they were pretty much a shoe-in for it in the start of the season.
So if the Oilers, because what was it, like 2-11, something like that, 1-11? Okay, so 2-9-1. If we forecast that, I'm just kind of spitballing here. You can maybe reverse that a little bit in half. They had 49 wins in regulation. You could be talking maybe Edmonton has 55, 56 wins. Hell, even if I know they had a streak, they could be close to almost 60 wins if not for the slow start.
And not been for that, we'd be seeing because they've been that hot and has been an entire season with Chris Mellock.
Then they may have got the President's Trophy first, though. So I don't know.
It's true. Again, it's tough for Edmonton for me because I know what they are, and I look at them, whether it's fair or unfair, kind of like the Colorado Avalanche in the 90s hockey style. They can score really well, but when it comes to defense, I get a little concerned. But I mean, Evan Bouchard stepped up really big this year with the assistance of Paul Coffey. Stuart Skinner's been pretty good. But how many years is Edmonton going to get close? Because as we talk about it, you got Connor McDavid, Leon Draisaitl, and every single year that passes is another year that ticks on that contract. If not now, when?
How many years does McDavid have left?
And if we don't see the Oilers when it comes soon, because you can't be doing the same things over and over again, thinking that this year is going to be different. Now, I know you had Adam Henrique in the deadline. I know you boosted up the depth with Sam Carrick on the fourth line to shore it up. But this has got to be the year if you're Edmonton. You have good enough defense now that you have Paul Coffey, who is the defense. Your number one defenseman, arguably being Matthias Eichel, who has a complete game around him. Darnell Nurse, solid second pairing defenseman.
Sure.
Stuart Skinner's coming onto his own as a starter. Calvin Pickard showing himself as a decent backup. But if not this year, when?
If they make the second round, then they got the issue of Vancouver. Now, Vancouver, presumably, will still be one of their top two goaltenders, I would assume then?
I've been reading something about Casey Smith potentially coming back soon.
I still feel like the Oilers, Vancouver, I don't know if they're going to get past the Western Conference Final. I don't have faith for it.
I think that depends on if Vancouver's goaltending situation.
Yeah, I think it depends on the Canucks' goaltending situation. We believe that Demko, he's a long shot to return for the playoffs, even if the Canucks make it all the way to the Western Conference Final. The Oilers, the Western Conference Final, but what else could they do beyond that?
Well, I could see them coming out of the West, but I see them getting absolutely slaughtered by whoever comes out of the East.
Are they better than Colorado, Owen?
Offensively, I would say yes. Defensively, I guess that's the question.
You say offensively, it can point the edge to the Oilers. Defensively, that's the Avalanche. Goaltending pretty much even, but I lean a tad towards Skinner.
That's just me. If Colorado does make it to the WCF, I don't think the Oilers want to see them. I don't think it's going to be a 4-0 sweep, but I think it's going to be a short series. I don't see it going more than 6.
I'm skeptical about Colorado even getting out of the second round.
Go ahead.
They've got their own defensive issues. They have no trouble scoring. I don't think anyone's going to deny that. They've got their own defensive issues, and Winnipeg exposed them in the first few games. And I don't know if this Vegas defense
premise. I'm only looking at the sense of, like I said with Alec before you were jumped in and out of here, in the sense of this. I think this Vegas Dallas series is a brutal 7-game series, or at least we know it's going to go 6. And right now, these two teams are just trading punches and beating the snot out of each other, correct? Colorado is resting right now in a short series, and they know they're going to get either Vegas or Dallas. And honestly, I think yes.
Yep, it's possible too. How long is the break? I mean, I'd imagine they end this on. I think the first round ends on Sunday. Am I wrong?
Potentially Sunday, what we're seeing for the end of this first round. Burpees are going to start in about a minute and a half.
So then I'd say the second round starts Wednesday, Thursday?
Yeah, I would safely say that too, Owen.
Doing an advertisement for Knuckles, and I know I have a very negative impression of Paramount as of late, but this feels like a series I want to watch. I'm big.
What is? I don't keep up with pop culture. What is Knuckles?
Knuckles is a spin-off of the Sonic the Hedgehog series.
It is. It's going to be a 6-episode show, and I'll be honest, I have very conflicting opinions about it. I want to watch it. At the same time, something drives me away from it. I may give it a shot.
I thought the first 2 movies, Alec, I know that you like Sonic, and I played some of the all the way through all the mainline ones. I've always enjoyed the series. I actually liked the movies. I didn't think that they were too bad. I saw the first 2. I didn't know that Idris Elba was Knuckles.
And Keanu Reeves is reportedly playing Shadow in the third movie.
Very interesting. So they got some prominent celebs.
Yeah, and the reason why I'm sort of turned away for the moment is not to do with the movies themselves, but with Paramount itself.
Yeah, that can be a very interesting side of the bracket as far as everything else that they covered. You want to split this third? Do you want me to lead it off and then you close it, or how do you want to do it? Okay, let me give you the glory, because you haven't had a chance to call a lot of goals. I feel like I might get 2 or 3 more.
I mean, you know the game is gone. Let's be realistic.
I don't know. We just dive right off in that second.
I don't know if Emily Kaplan's wearing pajama wear, but I dig it. Good work, Emily. As this goes now near the right side, Chris Tanev is getting the screenshot time. Again, he was the pickup from the Calgary Flames. Center, it's a 2-2 series tie robo with the latest. As this one is flipped in, Dallas has a 1-goal advantage. And now Jack Eichel, as this one gets flipped in, try to get to this near the right side dot. It's Tomas Hertl. I'll drop it. Hanifin sends it across from Thien. To the side by Jake Ottinger. This one near the left side is one of the Dallas players gets upended. Picked up now for Pavelski, and I'll flip it down. Already changes for Peter DeBoer's squad. Odd man rushes, 5-0 Dallas. Slash out attempts, 18-8 for the Stars as well. So they tell you they have the more dangerous of chances, but it's still a 3-2 game. Will Karlsson back in behind the net, trying to keep it alive off the backhand as they're showing Wyatt Johnston. Now off the entry, Johnston, he's with it, and blow by, but Aiden Hill makes the save, and this puck wasn't blown dead. This will be sent down, and now Vegas will try to take it left to right. Jimmy Benn tries to intercept the puck. Again, the money line right now is in favor of Vegas because of and Dallas a -600, so they're thinking they're going to get this lock and key. That would be something for us to watch. I don't think we're going to end up with just Vegas. Petrangelo, as this goes near the left side wall, Marchessault trying to locate, and this will be with Vegas, just able to stay with the delayed onside, and intercepted now for Duchene. He'll take the long flip, dig up in the air, and now sent in by Vegas as Ottinger will slow. 18-15 left to go in the third. John with you alongside Alec, Nava, and Owen Parkin as we're taking in Game 5. The series tied 2-2. Dallas up 3-2. As this is now near the right side wall, Hutton. This gets stolen. Vegas will pick it back up one more time, and Hutton They'll just flutter a puck toward the net. We'll see if Vegas can get it near the right dot. Turn around, Marchessault. This one goes wide off the blocker of Jake Ottinger. Sent it toward the net. Big save. The rebound's right there for Dallas. Funnel it ahead. Reverse hit. Dodonov stays on his feet. And with the Terminator eyes right now. Left to right. We'll send this one ahead for Nicolas, but the puck gets flubbed. Dallas 38-3-2 and leading after 2. 1-0 in this series with that lead. As this is set down to the right side wall. Vegas trying to go up. Intercepted by Dallas for the moment, but it's a 2-on-2. Nicolas near the right side wall. Barbashev sauce by Ottinger. As this is now a gigantic hit against Delandria, who gets destroyed.
That was heavy. He certainly felt that contact. He had to go off, certainly stung by the hit. He still sting as he was skating off.
He dropped his stick and everything. He got double teamed near the left boards. It's the biggest hit I've seen in this game. As this is near the right side. This is playoff hockey, and Delandria feeling it. Now here's a good pass. Hurdle. Slow up. We'll get it near the right side. Dot. Slow up. Shoot. Ottinger. Big save, but there is a rebound. Victory Green's got it. Dallas jerseys have it with the white striping, green and black pants. Vegas in the road whites with the black pants and gold and red striping. As it's a 3-2 lead still for Dallas. Vegas in the defensive zone of Adin Hill taking some full cell changes for Bruce Cassidy's forwards. From 80 feet. Karlsson wide open. Ottinger big save. Rebound loose. And cleared down the ice. This might be blown dead against Dallas, but I think they had to do it. No, they're going to say they're going to wave this on. As this is now near the left side. It must have bounced off a Dallas stick. This will be sent back in deep for Alec Martinez. Too far for Michael Amadio. And now Dallas off the flip. Intercept one more time. Amadio's going to have to play this off the backboards here. And this will be sent in. It bounced too hard off the glass. Another gigantic hit delivered by Vegas. They're going to need some extra ice back. Shot in from 100, stopped by the stick of Hill. Shots now are even at 20. Go-ahead goal for Robo. Dodonov, as he lost it for a moment. Alec Martinez was shadowing him. Now near the right side, Seguin pinned. This will be picked up off the backhand. Dodonov trying to locate, but it's the captain, Sean Stone for VGK. Cleared in off the backhand. Now sent in Lindell. It's the steal. Duchene. Spin and turn. He couldn't drop it. Vegas now. Try to find the entry near the left side wing. Slow up. Play off the forehand. Go D-to-D for Hutton. This one goes harmlessly wide. Duchene now try to get a stick in the lane. And this will go back to Ben Hutton. Collect. And so get this off the outstretch near the left side red line. Find the entry does Vegas. Slow up. Here's a big ripper. This one stopped by Ottinger with a stick. That's slop shot from 60. As this one now recollected for Dallas. Full sail. Here's Heiskanen. Sam Steele can walk in and shoots. This goes up the left pad of Adin Hill. Right at 83 miles an hour off the wrister. Theodore. He can't find it. Nicolas with the shadow. Loose out of round. Vegas still contested. It's almost feeling ashamed for me that my time on the play-by-play is about to expire. It's been flying along right now. 14-10 up to go in this third. Dallas now 22-21 on the shot board. Adin Hill looks behind him off the clear round. Vegas has it. The Eichel line, the top one for Bruce Cassidy is out there. As it's now Robo who clears it in. 13:55. This goes back around the end, boards off the back skate. Good pass from Marchessault. Right side wing. One of the Dallas players goes down. Eichel with a beautiful setup. Ottinger says no with the stick. This goes down near the right side. This is not Shep. Hintz will glove it out of the air. Plays it in between his legs and settle it back down. We'll get set now near the right side as this will be flipped in. So Stone and Carrier with the Golden Knights goals. Robertson with the latest go-ahead. As this is a long outstretched pass. And this will be recollected for Ottinger. Showcase of him on ESPN is Tanev. This one's loose for Ottinger for a moment. Dodonov, Duchene, and Robertson with the Stars goals. 13:05. Good steal, Benn. Benn has somebody off the rush, but he takes the shot anyway, and Hill's got it.
we don't have a goal yet. One of these teams are due for one here in this bird. Vegas more so because they had the majority of the chances at the Dallas end.
This feels like a boxing match, honestly, Alec. Again, both of these teams have been knocked down. They took some heavy punches in that first. They gave up 4 goals combined, and we're just kind of playing rope-a-dope here until we get the next.
Yeah, high-quality boxing match, reminiscent back to the days of Floyd Mayweather and Mike Tyson in their heydays.
Well, we're going to see Mike Tyson again in a few months.
Is that supposed to be Logan
Yes,
Paul and Mike
Netflix
Tyson?
in July, and Mike Tyson is a plus 300 underdog.
How would Mike Tyson?
Because he's 52 or something, and Jake
Yeah.
Paul's and I hate to say it, Jake Paul's actually kind of good.
I guess they did a good job, those brothers, being able to make themselves some money and some notoriety, because outside of that.
The other one's making a big off Prime.
Yeah, because I mean, if I was those guys and I could, do my life over, I wouldn't want to be either one of the Pauls, but being a social media superstar and making a big ruckus, I just don't know if that's the life for me.
I don't like it, but it's funny, because Logan is, of course, him and KSI, who was like, they were the start of this whole.
Yeah, the big YouTubers and the boxing matches and all that. Speaking of another one, this one's a knockout blow. Looks like the Boston Celtics, they're up comfortably, as we said, 1981. They're going to take it home at TD Garden.
It's over. It's over. In the final seconds of this fourth quarter, moving on to the second round to face either Cleveland or Orlando. And as we speak of home teams winning each and every game of the series, thus far, that series has been the opposite of the series that we're covering. The home team has won every one of the first 5 games of Caps Magic.
Danny Boy on the happy hour tomorrow is going to have an apology to make to the entire betting community because he told them to take the under on.
Yeah, that's a rough one there. As it's spun around now here.
Show up just for that.
Now near the right side for Stone. As this goes across the wall, Stephenson centered the forward cap. This is toward the right side. It's blocked out in front. Dallas in a beautiful box. Any lanes right now for Vegas to work with, as Alec mentioned several times. Done a great job of keeping Vegas on the outside. The scoring chances per period, 2 Vegas, 12, and they're down a goal. It's still 2-2 in the series. Vegas is in danger of losing 3 consecutive games, as Dallas has played the better of 3, 4, and 5 so far. Now near the left side, Benn will send in deep as Aiden Hill's in the butterfly near the left post. This is an opportunity. Stone will get it out, but it's picked right up by Ryan Suter and sent in Hill. Tried to play it in between his skates. Over, and now Suter trying to make a cross pass, but that took way too long to develop. Still now for Duchene. They'll drop it for toward the net. Aiden Hill doesn't have his goal stick, but it's right in front of his face. Will Carrier now finds it. He'll pick it up off the backhand. He'll still stay with it. Good work. Now near the right side, working it behind the net, tries to stuff it in again. And this one goes just wide. 11:20 left to go in the third. He's already got one of those, does Carrier. And now Dorofeyev, Hutton, this one gets stick down for Suter. Picked up now for Thomas Harley. Now Miro Heiskanen, he absorbs a big hit. There's been a lot of those right now for both of these teams, and it's not going to stop anytime soon. Shot boards 22 apiece. Top line for Eichel, Bruce Cassidy's squad, is this one sent in off the bear hug. Thomas Hertl can't find the puck. Now he's pinned. Eichel's trying to find it. Marchessault trying to be the first to get to it. He's tied up with Dellandrea. Dallas can't get it out. 10:45 left to go in the third. Theodore shoots it. Stopped by Jake Ottinger. And when we get the next stoppage here, Alec, I'll throw it back to you. This is near the left side. It'll be a race for the puck. Shea Theodore. This is a bomb of a feed, and this goes off the referee, so this is not going to be iced. Heiskanen pinball. Is this one picked up now by Vegas? We'll get this across, almost near the midway point. You might as well take it now, Alec, while you get a breath.
Now, as we're looking on my end, near Heiskanen right behind, that puck is loose in front. Mark Stone, I believe Brett Howden instead was right there to take that one up. It's still 3-2 Dallas, but Vegas is fighting back with every inch here in this third period. Around this puck goes, held it by Heiskanen. Oh, goodness. He is shot at the near half boards. Still looking around. Lindell him. Tried to drop this back. Lindell took that one away, pickpocketing him. Jamie Benn. Eichel has had a point in the first 4 games of this 7-game series, or best of 7 series. And that trend is continuing onwards tonight. He has a secondary assist on the Mark Stone goal. Alex Petrangelo sends one up for center for Stephenson. No lane there. Seguin was in the way. Almost taken away on the key. Down Lotus goes. Back for Stephenson. He goes to the near corner. Spin around. Back to the point. Petrangelo. Winds up. He fires. Ottinger there. Loose puck. And was helped out by Ryan Suter. And covering this one up. Stoppage with 9:01.
Where's the Vegas press going to come from? Now we get some points. Stone out there again in front. They get a good slap shot there, some traffic. Vegas needs just a little bit more of what we just saw going into this third, because I think Dallas, as we go to break, has kept it low event enough, and Vegas needs that push, Alec.
So far, it has been low event, as they're holding Vegas in check defensively for the most part.
So if we have to guess, are you leaning Dallas holds on, or are you leaning Vegas ties it?
Vegas is putting a lot of pressure on late here. I think get around the 3-4 minute mark, they pull their goalie and they go on the attack and they score a third here. But I wouldn't rule out Dallas putting in a fourth before then.
I would not rule out that Dallas gets another one here, but at the same time, I'm not ruling out that Vegas ties it up, because it's a coin flip by how I see it. Dallas has been the better team offensively for the game, especially that second period.
Not in this period, though.
And all throughout this game, in general, they've been a better team throughout. They've dominated this game. They've dominated possession. The shots may be a little bit distracting from how this game has been truly going on, but Vegas, they can easily tie this one up. They've won the third period for the most part, but this may be the money period.
Yeah, I like how you said it, Alec, and going into it when Owen joined us, that this game was one of those ones. The series is tied for a reason. It's on a knife's edge, and this game has been excellent throughout. Even though I threw out the question, I think Vegas might tie it. I'm just kind of rooting for overtime, but it would not surprise me if Dallas finds a way to get another. Oh, we might get another Roope Hintz block into an empty netter, just like we did in the other game.
Don't sacrifice his body on this.
No, I mean,
that shot block on the way to the empty
yeah, he's already taken a lot of punishment. Honestly, I guess teams, and that mask is never not going to freak me out. But all of these teams continuing to just trade punishment, they're going to need some extra days off.
Is that supposed to be an otter mask?
I think so.
Might have looked a bit, but that is a terrifying mask. But what else is not terrifying is, well, what truly is terrifying is the Stars' offense. They've been buzzing, but so is Vegas' offense. When it breaks on the one-timer, rotten luck, out. Chris Canada picks it up over to Lindell. Lindell shoots it down. He's going to ice this.
And the stick went further than the puck, and that was a good job to shoot it from. He was right in the slot.
And what remains of Karlsson's stick is out there as he's going to get a new one.
8:41 left in this third. Again, Jake Robertson's goal late in the second period is the one that still stands as the GWG for the moment. But 8:41 in this game right now feels like an eternity.
It feels as the stick made impact with the ice before it made impact with the puck upon release. Now, walking to point, shoves away Logan Stankovic. All the fans here in Dallas on their feet. Still is a fierce puck battle. Headed around the hole. Left side shot. That was turned away. Now all the way way back over to center when this goes. Hannafin will see Aiden Hill pick this one up and leave it behind for him. Hannafin now looking. Switched over from 55 to 15 upon arrival in Las Vegas. Keegan Kosar has the 55 already taken. Tomas Hertl. Center front, Jack Eichel. Continuing that point to go live in the playoffs in up to 5 games. Thomas Harley finding Joe Pavelski along the half boards. Hintz, one-on-one with Petrangelo. Hintz, turns the net. Hill shuts it down. Oh my! Aiden Hill being the...
What a ridiculous move for Roope. Hintz had been waiting for him on the score sheet. Make those type of moves and impact. He just toe dragged his way through the defense and gets robbed.
Robertson will flip it down himself, which is a far corner. He'll be picked apart by Alec Martinez, but helping him out is stand still. On the right, Smith turned away on this puck battle, which allows one to pick this one up as Vegas looks to skate this one down for the ice. They're doing so on the far side. William Carrier down towards the boards by Lindell. Around it goes. Will be picked up now by Ty Dellandrea. Dellandrea backhands this one over to Vegas. Steal. Smith turned around. And Barbashev sees this one loose and it's knocked away one time. Smith or Steele's turnaround shot was blocked in front. Was intended to net. Steele from the red line backhands this over right behind Hill's crease. Hannafin leads the way. Long up front. Stick lifted away by Dellandrea, and Dallas will get this one down the ice. Restarting is Hudson. Up front is William Karlsson, one of the 5 remaining original misfits left on Vegas after the trade of Riley Smith to Pittsburgh. That's puck back at Dallas and recollected by another ex-Flame, Chris Tanev, and Hannafin going up against one another. This puck sent to deep. Shane Theodore wins the battle, but there was deflected in from the red line. Dallas on the hole, right around. He was stripped loose. Shane Theodore there. Juggernaut. Sutter on the keep. Over to Seguin at the near half force. Juggernaut can't hang on to it. Now in the far corner. Turn this one over to Stephenson. Vegas trying to clear. Seguin does not have a goal on 14 shots. He could buy a goal here at this current moment. But he does have 3 assists to his credit. Eichel starting back in his own zone. Looks for a lane. 5:46 to go in regulation. Vegas looks for the tying goal. Clutch goals in the Western Conference Final last year with the overtime winners. Eichel, the rebound from Marchessault. He could not get this puck. Johnson around with the far boards, then takes a bounce off the left side of the cage. Around for Stankovic, back to the point. Waiting there is Lindell on the hold. Left point. Down low is Stankovic, who is matched up behind by Hertl. Back for a long shot. Was blocked in front. First there was Tanev to keep it in. And around for Lindell at the left point. Hill turned out and away with a deep shot from the left point. Vegas reclaimed to 5:07. Up for the ice is Petrangelo. 5:05. Forcing the ice by Lindell to the far side. Loose puck now picked up by the Stars. 5 to go. It is Hannafin back with this. Vegas looks for a lane. They find an entry. Eichel can't find Marchessault though. Heiskanen was right there to tie him up. Puck battle, far corner. Snow lacking in no man's land. Barbashev there. Marchessault there. In comes Wyatt. His shot flutters wide. And over the opposite boards at the near side, everyone poking at each other. There's a shove on Nick Block. It's an air all the way out to Vegas end. Not enough for the icing. 4:30 to go. Hannah staying with this puck. Everyone now on their feet. Far side. Vegas jump starting this rush. They need to score here to tie this one up at 3. It is kept in by Barbashev. Off the walk. And shot blocked by Robertson. And then comes loose after contact from Will carrying. 4:13 to go.
What a block there for Robertson. Again, he's got the go-ahead goal. He might have saved one there. Dallas, they've shown themselves to be a top 10 offensive unit over the last few years. And that's exactly the type of effort that you need if you're going to win this game.
Crucial for Robertson to jump up there. I'm not sure if Robertson is saying Thomas Harley. We could be wrong, however, on Robertson, as we could get an instant replay of it soon.
Yeah.
And clutch on either Robertson or Harley's part.
I got to tell you, when you were going through the play-by-play and I'm sitting there monitoring it across the computer side and watching, I don't think I blinked over the last 3 minutes and 30 seconds. I'm really into this.
I don't think any of us has blinked.
We can only hope that at least we can get 70% of that in between Edmonton and LA, as that one sits at 3-1. Edmonton trying to look for a closeout. And if Dallas wins this game, they'll be the first team in this series to win a home game. And then all they'll have to do is go back to VGK, where they've already won 2. And if you're the Golden Knights, if you do go down 3-2, I don't know how you do it, because I agree with you. For the most part, Dallas, again, games 3, 4, and games 5, it feels like they've been in total control. Vegas has to regroup.
They sorely need to. That's what you have Bruce Cassidy for, the motivation speeches at the intermissions.
Yeah, this feels like this portion of this round here with Dallas and Vegas. I mean, look, they were able to regroup last year against the Winnipeg Jets after that game 1. Vegas is on the other end of it. And Dallas is starting to play their best hockey that we've seen in the playoffs.
And we speak of robberies, switching sports. I'll just speak of big saves. The Reds, that might be the robbery of the year thus far on a potential home run by Stuart Fairchild.
I can't wait to see that.
You got to look at it at some point. And this might be offside against Vegas. Not sure. Is this face-off going to come out to the neutral zone, or is this going to be icing?
Either way, I think they should have hit the netting according to Bob Shoes, unless he kills off a few more seconds here for Dallas.
And at least it does more credit to them, so they'll have this face-off all over again. Now it's center ice at the alternate logo that Dallas is using. The state of Texas around it, the victory green and the black. 4 minutes to go. And this one up under the safety netting would bring 59. The winner of Game 5 has won a series 79% of the time.
That's the one that we talk about in a pivotal swing game such as this. We mentioned going into the Open, Dallas, the number 1 seed, Vegas, the wild card, but anything but. And right now, man, how was that lady behind Bruce Cassidy? You don't need caffeine for this game. Come on now.
Come on. You got to stay up on the action. I mean, it is nighttime, but you got to stay awake here. Jack Eichel this past left wide. Hanneman on the fake. Hanneman on the shot. Ottinger with the save. Still alone right behind the net. Both teams back and forth. Eichel there. Canada with a crucial poke to run more clock out. And he's going to lead the rush. Left side this goes now. Here's Pavelski. Smoothly skating his way to the near corner. Collects his own puck. Theodore's there to kick this one out. Adam and poked him forward. Here's Hurdle. Skating down through center ice. Karlsson, 315. Puck is loose, knocked away by Heiskanen, and Dallas clears. Adam is back the other way with 309. Looking to restart. Seguin on his face. Waiting for options. Back to Marchessault. Stone across. Over to Stephenson, who picks this one up. This goes over to Jamie Benn, taps it backwards to Heiskanen. 2:56 to play. Seguin's inside. Right with Mr. Duchene. Karlsson on his face. And good defense by Karlsson to prevent that chance from ever developing. Petrangelo slowed down. Way onwards. Breakout pass. Here's Stephenson. Break. Oh, big save. Jake Ottinger. Game saver.
Holy cow, Jake Ottinger might have got some help near the left side post too, but he didn't buy anything Stephenson was selling there.
Inside comes Stephenson. Wyatt Johnston trying to clear. Dallas under full siege. Jack Eichel backhands it. No signal yet for pulling Aiden Hill. Vegas in the offensive zone. Benn's under her feet here at the DFW Metroplex. Chipped away from Stephenson. Nice try to hold. Stars clear. 2 minutes to go. Marchessault playing this one right behind over to the Hill is out of his net in preparation to get the signal from Cassidy. Eichel can't send this one in. It was messed up by Hintz. Now Eichel sends it in. It'll be caught down by Ottinger. And now we may be getting the timeout that Cassidy has been holding on to use.
Yeah.
And Hill would be on his way to the bench.
Alec, I'm going to say right now.
He wanted to pull Hill, but I guess the puck was in Vegas' end for most of that last minute or so.
Yeah, they had to be judicious about that breakaway and the stuff at middle ice, so they couldn't pull. Stephenson, what a move. He tried to go left, right, and Ottinger full splits, able to get the save. But I'm going to tell you right now, Alec, I hope this series goes 7. I want to cover it again.
Oh, why not? If we're not getting 7 games of this, we're being robbed of pure entertainment. How about 7?
How about it? Man, oh man, this has been the best game of the playoffs so far. Again, you called it. You got the timeout there. No doubt for me, you either go with Stone, Marchessault, Karlsson, Chandler, Stephenson. You can mix in whoever you want on the dots. But you know what they're going to look for. Marchessault near the left circle, maybe even a screen out. All desperation to tie it. If you're Dallas, you funnel it toward the net, try to get a shot block and clear it the length of the ice. Again, I joke around with Rope. Either Hintz, Duchene, maybe even Wyatt Johnston, probably one of your goal scorers.
One of your goal scorers, one of your usuals that would be in this position. Hill's now at the bench. Benn's on their feet, waving their towels. Here in Dallas, as we all get back onto the ice for this 6-on-5, unless one of these teams commits a penalty, which for Vegas would not bode well considering they need the tying goal.
Can't do that now. You got to make sure it's all about offense, and you're on the other side for Dallas. Lock it down. You could take a big 3-2 series lead.
And Jamie Benn on the faceoff. Stone's there. Marchessault's there. Tied up on the draw. Body coming down to the ice like bowling pins. Lindell helps on Benn. Johnston leveled towards the boards. We recollected by Adam at his own end. 1:33 left in regulation. Does Vegas get some magic here from Jack Eichel? Will be this one out for Lindell. Away from Marchessault. Jamie Benn gets this one down. It's rolling. Is it going to go to the net? Just kept out by Jonathan Marchessault before it ever crossed the plane. Eichel starting things out. Sending his running for the near boards. Heiskanen held it inside by Eichel. Tight shot was turned away. His exit out to center. Final minute of regulation. What a contest this has been. Here's Hannafin waiting at center ice. Inside for Marchessault. Marchessault around. Hurdle riding there simultaneously with Lindell. I want to keep. For the near board. Sent around. Past Hurdle and around for Marchessault. Back to the point holding his Hannafin. Rushing there. I believe was Stephenson just held in. So on the far side. Down low working on his Eichel. Out in front. This one right by. Here's Roope Hintz. We get another empty netter. No. Sam Steele protecting his Noah Hannafin. He gets rid of the phone. Pavelski. Up close. Hintz gets it back. Pavelski. Vegas trying to get it back. They do so. Hurdle at the center. 15 seconds ago. Right by through everyone. Up high under the safety netting. And everyone among the Vegas fans, they had a heart attack simultaneously.
Oh, man. You had Jonathan Marchessault on his horse, saving a goal. Players trying to take it for Sam Steele did a great job of bleeding clock.
That is excellent work by Dallas defensively, and now they have to take the space off at the outside the Dallas end. William Karlsson, Mike Amadio, they're all out there. Jonathan Marchessault is the extra attack. Shea Theodore there. Ivan Barbashev there. They won 21 of the 46 faceoffs on the night. Karlsson 2 for 3. Bodies come falling down. 10 seconds. The clock is starting now. It's loose and neutral ice. Dallas picks it up. 5 seconds to go. Does Vegas have one last rush in them? It was inside. Beats it back with the left. By S.L. Lindell. This game is over. And for the first time, a home team has won in this series.
I've been waiting forever to use the tagline instant classic in the stories. Alec, we got it now. And Dallas, one game away from facing in the semifinals. They'll have to go back to the Fortress, try to get one more win, or maybe even one more on home ice. It's a 3-2 series lead for Dallas. It's a 3-2 final in Game 5.
What an intense finish from Beck. They were putting everything into it, trying to get that third goal. They just couldn't get past that Dallas defense. They couldn't even get out of their end barely. few more games while the first round's out.
Sounds good. You take care, Owen.
Take care, everyone.
Alec, I don't know what to tell you here. I don't know if we're going to get another one of these games that top what we do get is Toronto-Boston. Whether it's this series, you and I will be in communication and we'll figure that out. I'm so thrilled that we're able to split this broadcast because that was the game of the playoffs so far.
So far down it is. The game of the playoffs, even though it's not.
Be. Again, we'll talk soon. I'll send you the messages across. We'll monitor the series. We'll figure out what we'll do this weekend.
Let's all get them monitored.
All right, we'll see you. Well, Dallas, that was an absolute classic. It's a 3-2 final and a 3-2 series lead for the Stars. So glad that Alec and I were able to cover that. I know Cooper Hopkins will probably join in on one of these pretty much, I would think soon, at least for next week. So at least we'll get a chance to do that. Alec and I will figure out a Game 7, whether it's in the NBA or the NHL this weekend. Again, I said, does the winner of Game 5 win this series? Right now, 70% of the 10 votes, 7 out of 10 say yes. And Dallas, they're in the driver's seat. We'll talk this weekend. Have a good one, everybody.